Me alive, ye.
Yee.
Ye ye.
Woo!
Ah.
Yee. Hey, Paige.
Yeah.
You're live, by the way.
Yeah, I just got the notification as well. Oh shit, I didn't know.
No, I had no idea. What?
No idea this was a stream going on Twitch. No idea.
Wait, we're streaming?
What?
What?
Since when did we do
What?
that?
I don't know. When did we
What?
start doing that? What the fuck?
I don't know. Was it like almost 3 years ago?
Don't say that.
I know it's past 2 years for some of y'all.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. It'll be 3 years for the rest of us in like September, I think. Holy fucking shitballs. What the fuck? Hello anyone who is here. Welcome to Kingdom Chronicles. I am your host. Turn to page 394 with Alpha Hannah 5311, Bard of the Midwest, Icarus of Might, Aki Obsession, MN Chief, and Bridgie Lee 123. We are currently waiting on a Bryce Isosceles. He is currently getting home from work. It's been 84 years and I still remember the pre-eggs. Hello, Kitsune! Yes, back when we were a wholesome band of only 5 adventurers. Now there's 7 of us, and we're depressed. It's fine, it's good.
That's what therapy's for.
Yep, this is what therapy's for. While we're waiting on Brian to arrive, we have just some announcements to get through. Kitsune, if you could drop the master link to social justice sites, shops, social media, and Twitches and shit like that. Just a heads up for people into art, I should have commissions back open at the end of the month. I still have one commission that I am working on, however, I have been too exhausted to do art, unless it's art for me, which makes me feel like shit. But, like, trying not to burn out as well, but I should have art commissions open up again at the end of the month.
Burnout is real, bro.
Oh my god, I sounded like Bane for a moment. Sarah, any new sales?
Probably, but I'm too tired to look them up.
Just check out Sarah Society 6. While Bridget does not have anything available her Etsy at the moment, she is currently working on new projects and she will give us updates down the road. If you were able to snag one of those D-Lich D20s, good on you. Because we all tried to call dibs on them.
True.
And only one of us got one. I don't have anything else to say other than I'm very exhausted and dreading Monday. Your voice is reminding me of the Every Friend Group Has. Yes, that's what my voice is based off of. Also, the Good Night to bitches who simp over fictional characters.
That's me.
Me. As you were going to say.
For those of you who like Marvel and superheroes and things of that sort, and like romance novels, but with a flair that are actually, good and not lame, Please check out archiveofourown.org. Look me up, AlphaHannah5311, and read my Firebite series. It is an enemies to lovers story about a hero and a villain. It's really good. I created these characters way back in 5th grade and said, "Woo, cringe!" So I remade them.
What if
So,
you
hope you
took
like
your
it.
original characters and made them sexy?
That's basically what I did.
You just yassified your own characters.
I did. I really did.
The yassification of Abigail Burns.
Abigail Burns and Jackson Frost, aka Firebite and Dr. Fergless.
Yes.
What will happen? I don't know. There's 7 chapters out now, so please go read them and check them out.
Spoiler alert, I know what happens because you sent me the spicy shit.
Haha.
I have gotten first glimpses of what their relationship will be like. I have concerns, but it's hot. I highly suggest both of them get some therapy.
Yeah, they were. I probably should.
Yeah.
I probably should.
Yeah. Alright, I don't really have any other announcements, and hopefully Brian will be hopping on soon.
I just have the one.
Go ahead.
On the 25th of February, I'm finally getting a new PC. So no
Woo!
longer will my streams be fucking up.
Fuck you.
I will be still able so, and with next week's Tales of Yggdrasil, it will be postponed because that's the day before I leave here. So me, Blue, and a lot of other people are going to be going out. So we will continue the week after when I come back.
I was thinking of making a polyamory pun to that. I'm like, I thought you all were going out already. You know I love you.
I'm sorry, does that mean that you are leaving the fuckery that happened last night as is for an extended period of time?
Yes.
That's cool. I'm fine.
Sarah is not amused.
Let's just say I left it on a pretty spicy note.
Oh my.
How spicy we talking? Like Jormungandr releasing his tail spicy?
Okay,
Or
spicy
Candella's
mixed with
holy
drama.
chicken wings spicy?
Spicy mixed with trauma.
Ooh.
So, spicy deja vu. Okay. Good to know. Any other announcements before tonight's ritual? I guess not. Hannah, whenever you are ready.
Hello!
Oh my god, it's Sweet Pea.
Are you guys doing okay today?
That feels like a trap. That feels like a trap.
Why would it be a trap? I'm just making sure that you're okay. Because you are very important. You're very loved. And you're super special.
Oh my god.
Did you know that dinosaurs used to walk the earth? The dinosaurs fell in love and they ate cucumbers. It was really Anyway, just to let you know, before it's Monday, which is Valentine's Day, you don't have to feel sad. Because Valentine's doesn't mean that you have to be in a relationship romantically. It means you can have a relationship with yourself, or with your friends, or even your family. It's okay. It's a day to celebrate all kinds of love. So, since I won't get to see you guys on Monday, I'll share some love. I love you. You guys are amazing and made so special. You're smart, you're talented, handsome, and beautiful in your own ways. And you're super special to Hannah, too. She really appreciates all of your friendship. So, I just want to give you a big dinosaur hug.
Oh my god.
I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.
That is gonna be 2d10 emotional damage.
3d10, that felt like 3d12.
Oh, fuck. Where are my d12s? That's not them.
Roll, bitches.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's 10 points of emotional damage for me.
Also,
Ah, puppers.
Upper.
Toby
Sleepy
loves you on
puppers.
to. Father, why do you wake me?
Father, help!
Help.
Father,
Ah, there's a booker.
I did book. I think my favorite version of that meme was from Scotty Wartooth.
Oh.
It's God, Jesus. That's my boy. Oh no, my boy!
Father, help! How long until Sweet Pea becomes an NPC that combats the party's depression?
Don't tempt me in my own games.
Oh my god.
Anytime it gets too angsty or traumatic, I just roll a d20. It's like, oh look, a tiny little green dinosaur comes and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and somehow it's better.
Oh.
There's gonna be some adorable druid centaur in Hannah's game that's just gonna appear out of nowhere and just like ah!
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Mom,
Oh.
I'm a mascot
Oh boy,
of
my
a corporation.
favorite seat. Excuse me, do you mind? Ah! That's still my favorite cut
Also-
off Mickey scream.
What happened? What
Mitch,
happened?
Don't
You
like yourself,
missed.
but you
on Pandora. Like right after you left, everyone gathered together to eat, and you guys heard, "Wow, this looks fantastic. Let's say grace. Grace!"
No.
Yeah.
Fucking appeared.
in my fucking monastery.
What?
Yep.
What?
All right. Are we ready to at least get started?
Yeah.
All right, I guess without a further ado, let us dive into tonight's episode of I almost said Critical Role. I don't want to get sued. Kingdom Chronicles. Corey, what a hell of a way to die!
Alrighty, so previously on Kingdom Chronicles, lots
With
of
each
small things leading
episode,
up.
your voice gets deeper and deeper.
Just a little bit, just a little tiny bit.
I feel like you take a nap within like 20 minutes of like before like you get up like 20 minutes before we get the call up. So you have the extra I just woke up deepness to your voice.
It's kind
To
of
be
it's
fair,
kind
I
of
did today.
it's kind of like throughout supernatural history, Jensen Ackles, while his voice naturally got deeper, he had to make Dean's voice deeper. He's like, I don't know if I could go any deeper than this.
Guys, if I go any deeper than this, I'm going to be sub-vocal.
Yeah. He didn't expect his own voice to actually get deeper, and he just started off with mimicking a deep voice for Dean, and he's just like, oh no.
His voice was a paid actor anyway.
Yeah, it literally was.
Anyway, so last time, so we had a tiny retcon at the beginning as to where people were going, where the group that was heading over to Diamond first stopped over at Granite to check in with Valkyrie and ask him like specifically to head over to Diamond to keep an eye on that forge, make sure it keeps going, and also just kind of keep his ear to the ground for anything unusual. So that was full of many a joke at Drax's expense, and a lot of other just like back and forth character moments, good stuff like that. Valkyrie was also working on a tiny practice sword for any children's down the line, although he was trying not to be obvious about it, but it didn't work very well. And also Drax gave give him his old blade because he's got the new one. And he also and Falker also gave Isla a just like a standard +1 rapier that he had on hand. He'll probably be able to get her a new one, like make her a different one later, but for now this will do, kind of thing. Falker does not like teleportation magic. He does not like the way that it makes him feel. It tingles in a bad way, and it makes his tummy upsetty. So he will not be teleporting into Diamond. He will be traveling on his own. Which, yes, I did kind of take that a little bit from Supernatural. Like, no, last time you pooped me somewhere, I didn't poop for a week. It's similar to that. Anyway, because I...
Why do you think I drive everywhere, Sammy?
Almost like Geralt when he's just sitting down, like after being teleported, just like, need a minute.
No, please don't.
Exactly. Just...
Why is everything spinning?
Big, strong, understandably tough guy cannot handle teleportation magic. That shit does not sit well. Anyway, and then everybody reconvened. Zink cleared out the local pastry shop, and then they headed over to Diamond. I'm just imagining Zink with like a pile of boxes almost as tall as he is. Anyway, back over in Abalone. There we go. Sierra, Darren, and Sutha went over to the Sailor's Delight, the strangely named but most raucous tavern in the entire town. And they find Daniel hanging out at the front, who is a halfling companion to Callie. Yeah. And then they find Callie inside, raising every single kind of hell possible for a merchant sailor to do a race on her off day. So yeah, drinks all around. Cal explains briefly what happened to the crew.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, so that
And she gave
Sierra's
like
kind of
the blunt version.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even diving into the details as to what and why.
Yep. And Sierra in turn explains the basics of why they're going to Pendalion without giving away too many details, because y'all gotta play some stuff close to the vest. Callie gives her the basic of the ship status and the crew, so that they kind of know like what they're getting into. They grab Anya and have a quick trip over to Pearl to restock the ship and wait for the others. You guys were able to restock it pretty easily and make sure that you have just as much stuff as you need on there for you and for the crew that was hired. You guys, I believe, have a full crew for the ship, so that shouldn't be any issue. Sorry.
We have Anya hanging out on the ship until everyone reconvenes, and then we can send her safely on her way.
Exactly. So yeah, back up in Diamond, everybody arrives safely there, and they head over to the Shady Shack to meet up with Belladonna. She was finishing up a reading with a very drunk client who was having just a not great day. But who seemed to take some reassurance from what she said, even if it wasn't necessarily meant that way. He's gonna grow, guys. He's gonna grow. Yeah. Greetings all around. She hands over the items that they got from the fight with Severance and gives y'all like a breakdown of like, I'm pretty sure this is what this does. I did my woogity boogity. Here's what these are. Go forth and take them. They're also able to catch up a little bit and try out the Zone of Secrets spell, which is the new one that Zink now has under his belt. There's a lot of good little character moments all around from the interaction, honestly, including a reading on Drax, and also I believe Belladonna gave Isla a decanter of endless water.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
I slipped it into her pack.
Yes. So now it's just there, which honestly is a really good thing to have if you're going to see.
It also can do
Just
some
in
other
case.
fun things if you fiddle around with it enough.
Right, like mayonnaise.
You can make no,
or-
that's the alchemy jug.
Oh my bad.
The decanter of endless water. Let's just say you could erupt a geyser out of it and use it as a weapon.
Fuck yes.
It's like it's like a portable fire hydrant.
Incredible.
I had it
Right.
in her inventory just in case, but I never needed to use it for combat, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna gift it to the group, see what they do with it.
You're gonna go to the nature one. The nature one could definitely use this. I know it. Make a miniature geyser in your hand. Oh god. Anyway, it just uses that to blast people off the ship. I'm done. Anyway. So then y'all went to the campsite. You're able to reconnect with the twins who were kind of staking it out and waiting for y'all to get back because they hadn't been able to get anything more specific because everything ended in like a huge what the fuck last time y'all were here. So they're able to let you know like, hey, there's been a couple of like stragglers that have come by, nobody else has really stopped in, that kind of thing. Then y'all are finally able to search the tent and the little campground area around there. You do find some more notes. It looks like a lot of like ledgers, stuff like that, and a bowl with the remnants of divine and necrotic magic on it. Nothing's in the bowl anymore, but there are some just weird traces on there. And it's very cool to the touch, even though it is empty, and has a modified keeper's mark with a faceted gem at the head of the keyhole instead of the standard mark. When Devotion's kind of turning it to get a better look at it, he sees a flicker of a purple eye with black lines through it for just like a split second, and then it's gone. And it's just one of those things of like, oh, that's not good. But it's just a little bit weird all around. The last shot that we had was of the Diamond Group getting some of their things in order, and Sierra looking over at Darren, and then at the cabins of the ship. And while she's kind of considering these two things, the audience alone is able to see as Darren is looking around the ocean off the side of the ship. We see his eyes flick over to purple with black lines, and then back to normal. So yeah, it was a nice like
little flare I asked for. So, like, that would be sexy.
Little string. What is it called? A sting. There we go. Like one of those little like dramatic like with the stringed instruments that like yeah. I don't know what these terms are in actuality. So let's see. Last time we started with the Diamond Group. So this time I'm going to start with the Shipped Group. Try and trade off in that way. So it is. So we're on the ship. We're in the Cream Bay, which is truly living up to its name today. It's not necessarily which. You guys, Sarah especially, like you would know this from the thing. The Cream Bay is so named because the entire floor of it is coated with this specific type of very, very lovely oyster that tends to have this literally like just this pale, creamy beige outline to it, like no matter what. For whatever reason, they don't really tend to get a lot of barnacles or other things like that. It's just one of those little weird quirks about this place. But if you're able to sustainably harvest, which Pearl definitely makes sure to do, you're able to keep using these oysters over and over, because there is a way to harvest pearls from oysters that doesn't actually kill the oyster. So they do that because wouldn't they? And it's it just makes the entire thing, because the water's fairly clear, it makes the entire thing have this creamy white appearance as you're looking out. Like the blue of it is mitigated by it so much. It's just this very pale blue that fades to almost true white as it gets closer to you. Very pretty, very pretty. But yeah, so you guys are the ship is still moored in Pearl because you guys are waiting there for everyone else. You fully restocked the ship. You know, the crew is kind of settling in, making sure that everything is good to go, kind of hopping back and forth between a few things. Most of them, I think, are occupied bringing the supplies onto the ship and setting them like where they need to go. And I think with that, it's kind of left Sutha maybe helping. I'm not entirely certain. I'll let her decide. But for some of the stuff, it's huge, heavy lifting that they're trying to maneuver everything where they need to, kind of thing. So you guys are kind of, I'm gonna say, either like perusing some potential places to go, or otherwise occupied in a way that you're not just helping with manual labor.
Also, Hannah, Ray likes your sweater. X-ray man is lurking in the chat.
So cute. Thank you.
But yeah, so with that in mind, you guys have a little bit of downtime before the rest of the crew and the rest of your group ends up joining up with you. So Sierra, you're fully aware that it's going to take a little bit of time to load your ship up and everything like that, and you've got a pretty good idea that you're going to have at least an hour or so of clearance time before anybody else gets here. Do you have anything in particular that you want to do? Like maybe show Sutha and Deer like parts of the ship? Like, hey, by the way, this thing will kill you if you get too close to it. Don't.
Yeah, I think she would.
Even if it's good.
I think she would definitely, since the two of them are there, give them the rundown of how this ship runs, what the do's and the don'ts are, and maybe brush them up a little bit on some terminology that they will hear around the ship, why exactly Callie's gonna refer to them as minnows, and all that, and just show them around the ship of like what the different parts are, like where the galley is, the bunks, the brig, the armory, all that. Yeah, and just keeping an eye on Darren this entire time as she's showing them around the ship. To see if like any of his behavior has changed, because she knows something's up because of the double voices she heard.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as you're aware, actually tell you what, Darren, go ahead and roll me I think so it's still technically, go ahead and roll me a deception roll, and just for her, and Paige, roll me an insight roll just for you trying to be like,
well, we know I'm never gonna beat him.
I know, but it's still worth a try, just to see. Maybe there may be one day.
God, what die do I want to use? I don't trust the rainbow die.
No, the be gay do crime die as murder die.
Yeah.
We've learned that.
Where's the Vax die at? However, he's been giving me shit too. Where is it? No, it's in here. There it is. Will you be nice to me, Vax? Will you be nice to me? You were very sexy in the most recent Vox Machina episode. Please be nice. Nope, you weren't. You were not nice. That's only a 13.
It's a 22.
I was just like, Darren, what?
Not even if I rolled a nat 20. Even if I rolled a nat 20, I wouldn't be able to insight you.
I can't roll below a 22.
Okay then.
Rogues.
I need to really increase my wisdom. Oh, god damn it. Ray gave us a hydrate the channel.
Alrighty. I'm gonna say in that case, nothing obviously sticks out to you as like, oh, this is weird, or like, oh, that's not like supposed to happen. Which might honestly make your feeling like that much more like, what is going on? Because something's up because of the weird way that like his mental voice sounds. You have no idea what that means. It's just like, that's not supposed to be like that. It's only with him. So what the hell is that? But he's acting completely normal, which might make that like doubling thing like that much more weird, because it's like, okay, so seriously, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? Oh. Sarah, just like towards the end of the tour, just looks to Darren and Sutha. Alright, do either of you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Just let you know now, do not direct them at Callie. She'll just cuss you out.
All right.
Sutha just kind of looks and like she attempts to like talk, and like every time she like thinks of a question, she like
I understand that was a whole lot to take in just a mere amount of minutes.
What's a minnow?
So, essentially, Callie refers to inexperienced sailors and passengers as minnows. Because, she never really told me why. My guess...
Isn't that just small fish?
It basically, small fish usually travels in big groups, easy prey. I guess maybe that's what it means, I'm not sure.
Also, I have a and she just
Yeah, that happens more often than you think. And she'll just carefully nudge a bucket over with her foot.
Okay. So
that's gonna either the side of the ship or that is going to become your best friend over the next few days.
I know we were on a riverboat, but it is not the same thing.
Yeah, the sea is a lot rockier than the river.
I don't remember eating corn for breakfast.
It's always corn, isn't it? Well,
Okay.
if you want to go down to the bunks and rest for a little bit, I suggest doing that.
You mean the hammock thing?
The hammocks, yes, the one. Oh, you don't have to lay in the hammocks either. There are actually some bunks in the side of the ship that you can actually rest in. They won't sway back and forth as much.
Right. Who's gonna go do that? Y'all have your moment.
Oh god, do I want to do it now? I think I do it now. Just with no warning, Sierra looks to Darren, her eyes flash to black for a split second, and she casts Zone of Truth. With no warning.
All right. What is the save on that?
Charisma saving throw of 15.
Okay. Would she deliberately let it pass? Okay. I'm looking for wood.
Random seagull lands in the Zone of Truth, feels the need to be honest.
Random seagull lands. I can always talk. I've always been able to talk.
It all started when I hatched from an egg.
Okay. So, I think she is going to try to resist. So, I'm going to roll on her behalf.
I am scared.
Okay. You said it was a 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay. So
what did Darren get?
Well, I just sent a question to Icarus about that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Hold on.
Because it's just a thought that crossed my mind.
That's a good. Oh, that's weird. Okay, legitimate question. So I know she's going to resist it. Darren, do you try to resist it? Is it like an instinctive thing, like what the fuck is magic? Or is it just sort of like, no, it's Sierra, like I'm going to let this go?
There are other concerns in his head that would make him, because remember what we discussed as to how that could end up going?
He's focused on other shit. He doesn't
He
care.
he needs to resist. Because she can ask him questions if he loses this.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So he's gonna fucking, yeah. I rolled a 15 plus 2.
Okay, you saved.
okay. She also does by quite a bit.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I rolled a 13 on the die and she has large saves because she's a big bad.
Damn it.
So but the thing is, you feel the because that's how Zone of Truth works. You feel that your spell was resisted. But have you used Zone of Truth before? Sorry, I could not.
I think I've used it. I think I might have used it once before. Shit! I forgot there was something I was gonna do. I was gonna do Siren Song before that imposed disadvantage. I forgot that I was gonna do that. I had that whole plan. I can't retcon that at all, can I?
Why not? Let's see what
Okay,
happens.
so here's the thing. Siren Song is another wisdom save. That my spell save is at 15. If you fail, you have disadvantage on all rolls for the next 5 minutes.
Okay. And you said, sorry, this
It's a
Siren
wisdom
Song
save for Siren
Thank you very
Song.
much. Darren?
I succeed.
Okay, Darren succeeds. I don't mind about Darren. I'm worried about this bitch.
Okay. Okay. So, funnily enough, she does not actually pass this one.
Okay, so she needs to roll her save
With
for her Zone of Truth at disadvantage.
Alrighty. So,
And the DC is 15 again.
Alright. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. So,
The whole Siren Song is Sierra does like a little whistling tune.
yeah. Darren, did you roll a nat 20 for Siren Song or for the Zone of
For
Truth?
Siren Song, because I figured we'd already keep the original
Yeah.
roll.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
I definitely
okay.
resisted that.
Interesting. Okay. Sorry, that makes it for a very interesting narrative moment. So, Sierra, you feel a couple of weird things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You do your Siren Song. It goes off totally fine. The whistle has this haunting quality to it that differentiates it from like a normal whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that because it's such a specific and odd little spell on its own, Darren's heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, that, which I think maybe gives him the impetus to be like, no, I will resist.
Mm-hmm.
However, she has not encountered it before.
Mm-hmm.
So she's sort of like, I think, caught off guard by like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in her distraction, when you then cast Zone of Truth, that's why you then feel that your spell was both resisted and yet set in at the same time.
So it succeeded for one of them. One
Exactly.
person succeeded, one person failed.
Yeah, but for you, it feels like a weird, again, double effect of, oh, it succeeded. It both did and didn't. What? Mm-hmm. Which I don't know what you want to do with that. But you legitimately, like, you got that like little ping, because that's part of the spell, is that you feel when this happens. Mm-hmm. So you feel that it both did and yet did not hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you want to do with that information.
Can I insight to see if Darren succeeded at all? Because I know him a bit better.
I mean, you can insight to see what's going on his face. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, 17. No, 16.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I do my next few questions carefully.
Yeah.
So I can figure out who I'm talking to.
Gotcha. Well, so you see an odd sort of like not straight up confusion, but an odd sort of like no confusion. You see an odd sort of confusion in Darren's face that you have not you probably haven't like noticed him ever doing before, because he does a pretty good job of keeping his face under wraps. But it's just a sort of like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of expression. So you know something hit. So yeah.
What exactly have you been hiding from me?
What? And this is coming as
Darren's voice.
This is coming out as Darren's voice.
For the audience, this is Sarah talk now.
Yeah, it's just it would take too long for me to type out the thing and then like let you. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, it's you get Darren's voice and he's kind of looking at his hand and just, what did you do?
Testing a theory. What exactly have you been hiding from me?
Why would you think I'm hiding something from you? Why did you cast a spell on me?
It's very hard to trust people nowadays. I'm purposely saying this to egg whoever is speaking. Because I think Sierra would know that if she said stuff to Darren, he would know that she didn't mean this.
Yeah.
And whatever his reaction is will give her some more insight.
Yeah. So, so he looks up at you and his eyes are doing that like really intense like search your face kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And he looks very deliberately hurt, like that like wounded, like what that kind of thing. And he says, well, clearly it's hard to trust people if you're just going to cast a spell on me at a whim. Why would you do that? Why don't you think that I'm telling you the truth? I don't understand.
Because you have been running with me long enough to know I cast spells on the whim. You would not be surprised by this. Now, who exactly are you?
She's much better at doublespeak than I am, but hold on.
Mhm.
Brain is. um,
You're like, how do I say this like an asshole?
yeah. Um, I think he sort of does like an outspread like yeah, and says, I'm exactly who you see before you. Why would I be anyone else?
Because you're known for disguises.
When you've lived the life I had, you have to be good at disguises. It keeps us safe. It keeps all of us safe. There are a lot of things after us.
What
Is that
exactly
it
is after us then?
Whatever is making those patches and whatever else is involved in the things the Queen keeps sending us after.
But I thought we've already figured out who has been making those patches. Don't you remember?
Yes, and they're after us.
Who is after us again?
The keepers, that other Queen lady.
What is her name? You know it.
Of course I do. It's Garnet.
Then why didn't you answer me the first time? Darren always answers me the first time.
My apologies for keeping it vague when we're on the deck of a ship full of people.
You and
We
I
don't
are the
have the
only
special
you and
spell.
I are the only two on this part of the ship right now. And she gestures to how empty the deck of the ship is.
You can never be too careful. That's why I'm still in disguise right now. Because Darren's been going about his normal shit and he is in a disguise.
Once again, Darren would have answered who exactly was after us right away. You hesitated. So I ask again, who are you?
He looks you up and down and gets this very sad look on his face, like legitimately upset, at least as far as you can tell. And he goes, I'm someone who doesn't have time to be questioned by someone who's supposed to trust me. And he goes to walk away.
I grab him. I grab him and I pull my razor out and hold it to his neck.
Darren.
I sent you a text message a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Brief pause.
I figured Darren's watching this. Like, please get this bitch to speak. I can't say anything.
Icarus has also been getting all the sarcastic shit that he's been saying.
I think Darren knows Sierra's not afraid to knock him on his ass. If
Darren's
she gets
sitting there going,
something's up.
Great dodge. That was spectacular work. She's never going to see through that. Like, the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Gaslight the person with trust issues. That's going to go swimmingly for you.
And Darren knows Sierra trusts him fully.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This person has gotten like a very broad stroke of like y'all's group as a whole, like enough to fit in. But now that she's actually being questioned, And again, if I were better at doublespeak, this might have gone a little bit better.
It's all right.
But yeah, I'm trying, man. That's why I was using so many questions to dodge shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I go to grab him and I pull my straight razor out and hold it to his neck.
Darren, what do you want to do, specifically you, in your little mind prison?
I have control of my arm again.
You do.
I do. So
what do you do with it? Don't worry.
I flip my blade out of its hiding spot and I stab myself in the chest.
Fuck. Okay. It's okay.
She's just like, okay, I didn't see that coming.
Like,
does that give me any
point out-
hint that yeah, something's definitely up?
I would
that
also
gives
like
you
to
a
point
definite
out.
hint something is up.
Do I need to roll attack roll? And keep in mind, she doesn't know I'm doing this. I should have sneak attack.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
she
crit
is
on
completely-
yourself.
Man, I sneak attack myself.
Yes, this was the plan. The
Oh my
whole
god!
time.
Here's the thing.
She's
Listen, Darren, if you hit yourself, you get an auto crit.
I know.
I hope you realize this.
I know.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, honestly, she is completely absorbed in keeping up this facade and trying to answer Sierra now and being grabbed and like trying to be like, what the fuck would you do? While also to all of your snide little things, she doesn't want to answer you, so she's just snarling like quiet or silence or like various shit like that so she can focus on Sierra.
As I see him go to stab himself, I just let it happen.
Yeah, it's fair. Honestly, because it's
I don't know if you
Darren,
would have time
because
to react
I'm guessing
anyway.
it's because like you've got like hand on collar, you know, blade up,
Blade
and
to
you're
his
like
neck.
you're focused on the face. You
I just right.
real quick, Sierra, roll me a perception.
Perception. Holy shit, that's a natural 19. That oh my god, I forgot how high my perception is. That is a 26.
All right.
Should I roll
Funnily
it?
enough, I'm rolling with my die that usually gives me like pretty decent rolls. For whatever reason, I just decided no, fuck you. You get shit rolls tonight. I might change it up soon.
Well, I definitely hit myself.
You because you're so focused on this in the moment right before Darren's blade hits home, probably why you're so focused and don't catch it, and is you're so focused on like this and like who are you, what are you doing here, essentially. You see this flicker go across his eyes. It's almost like this black sludge like goes fully across his eyes, and like where it's touching, quote unquote, where the black edges are touching his irises, you see them shift over to that purple shot through with black, before it goes back to normal. And right as that finishes crossing, that's when you then hear the of him stabbing himself in the chest. Darren, would you like to roll your damage?
Okay.
And yes,
I mean, I
it's
rolled my
very
attack too,
All right.
which was a 28.
As,
so
he,
I
as,
definitely hit
as
myself.
he's bleeding, she's like, oh, I fucking got you.
So
Now answer me now before he stabs you again.
Yeah, let me see if he's still conscious.
Okay.
Does this count as a crit?
Yeah,
It's a-
he
okay.
critted on
It's
himself.
a crit because it's an assassinate with sneak attack damage. So I've got a little bit of math to do. So that's
It's fine. I've got a diamond on me. I can revivify you on the spot.
I knew this was coming.
Oh my god, guys, we might have our first character death.
Yeah, technically,
Okay, like, let's not. Let's not.
It's fine. Sierra's a cleric. She's right there. She's got a diamond on her.
And for those of you wondering, no, Florma does not count. He did not die. He
Florma was a god from the beginning.
he ascended, not of anything.
okay. 20. $64 points of damage.
What's your HP?
115.
Oh, okay, good. I was like,
That's
shit,
half
hold on.
his health gone.
Half your
Plus,
fucking
I
health.
still
Yeah.
had some damage from before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
So yeah,
And
you do
she's-
this.
Is she distracted enough that I can at least say something? Now that I've
Sorry,
stabbed
one more time?
myself? Am I going to be able to say anything? Because I just stabbed us?
How was her?
Nope.
Do you want to guess what she rolled to try and keep you in line?
I'm annoying.
Turns out, I guess when you surround yourself by sycophants for 4 centuries, you kind of forget how to deal with assholes.
Kind of start thinking you're hot shit when you don't know nothing.
I'm very annoying. Well, I'm sure he doesn't have a whole lot of time.
Okay, you have thoroughly stunned her. You have stabbed her and wounded her quite greatly, which she hasn't actually had to deal with for quite a while. She's still under the effects of Zone of Truth. Look, everything is going to hell in a handbasket at once. I think she is overwhelmed because she wasn't expecting quite this much resistance. So yeah, you get to fully speak on your own for roughly you get to say at least like 2 full sentences. You got like 6 seconds worth of talk.
Yeah, 1 round of talking.
Yeah, it's not even going to say that much. He just stabs himself, looks her in the eye, and just goes, "Run."
Why do I feel like Sierra would just flip him off in that moment? Like, I'm not running.
Oh no.
Would she do that?
How also, DM question, am I counting this damage? Because there's 2 different aspects.
This is physical damage. This is body. This is damage to the body.
So I'm counting my other damage off of my normal hit points separate?
Fuck, that's a good question. So make a note off to the side of how much psychic damage you've taken. If you can't just put them like on a post-it, because that takes an extra long rest to heal fully. And then all the damage you took from this would heal with a normal long rest.
So basically, whatever this, because if she keeps coming after me, I'm going to have an issue in my head. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah, no, understandably. So yeah. Okay, so you say run.
I'm sorry.
Sierra,
I rolled to see if I resisted. I rolled pretty high. She ain't running.
No.
She's stubborn. She's like, oh, now I know he's possessed. I need to end this possession.
You both actually get the little bit of satisfaction of Darren, after you say that with a lot of vehemence. Sierra, you're staying here. You're not going anywhere. You probably got like bladed throat.
Yeah, I'm still like have a grip on his collar and a blade at his throat.
Cool. You get that little satisfaction of her like looking at the fucking blade just embedded right here, and you finally hear a little bit of a change of the tone. It's a little bit higher and a little bit more husky than Darren's normally is. But you get that little tone of her now going, "Why did you stab me?"
Stop talking, or I'll let him stab you again.
Okay. She turns a glare on you, Sierra, and you can see that there's because of everything that's like hit at the same time, there's this pulsing edge of blackness around like the around Darren's pupils that has never been there before and that you have never ever seen. But she turns like a gaze on you, and his face looks very different. It's got this very cruel smugness to it that you have not ever seen on his face before. And her voice drops down to almost a purr. It's a little disconcerting considering everything that's going on here, but it drops down a little bit, and she's got this very mean look in her eyes when she says, how do you know that would fix anything? How do you know I'm not here forever?
Question.
Yeah.
Because I now know that there's a second entity living within Darren, can I target just that specific entity for a spell?
I don't believe so.
Because I wanted to try and cast Banishment.
I don't believe so. Not yet. She's still because even when a ghost possesses somebody, if you banish the person, it's still bonded to the body, so it would take the body with it. So yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Trying to think what else can I do.
Real quick, why don't you either roll me history or religion, and see if you know anything about possession. Like maybe you glean some extra knowledge from. Well, you were just with the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Roll with advantage because maybe you picked up some stuff while over there.
Well, it's gonna be zeros, and I already have advantage on religion because of my brooch of the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
But it's just a straight roll. No, that was a 6, I think.
Okay. The only things that with possession you're aware of have to do with ghosts, and this does not have anything to do with ghosts. So you're like, well, that's. But I will say you at least knew the banishment part because I don't want you to waste like that high of a spell slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're fully aware this is fucking weird.
Darren, you might hate me for this. I might try to knock you out.
That's fair.
My dear, I just stabbed myself. I don't.
What do I have that can knock you out without killing you?
If you want to say that you take the butt of the handle and do a non-lethal blow, I'll let you have a crit on it because she's pretty incapacitated right now.
Okay.
And as long as you get as long as you have like, I don't know, I'm gonna say like just above 5 damage on that.
Okay, Darren, what's your AC?
17.
Okay. I rolled an 18.
Nice.
And it's 1d4 plus 4 for my... Wait, my minimum damage is gonna be 5 damage.
Oh, perfect.
Along with, because he's already been damaged before, I also have my Colossus Slayer, so I knock him the fuck out.
Knock the fuck out. I think you. So you do this, real quick.
No, I want to headbutt him.
Incredible.
Proper piracy.
Wait, I might have to re-roll that because that's an unarmed strike. Hold on. Well, that's a 17. I headbutt him.
Incredible. Yeah, no.
What is the total damage so I can
well,
add it?
Well, I don't have any strength damage, but Colossus Slayer, since you've been wounded, I roll a d8. If I roll above a 5, I knock you the fuck out. So let's hope that I roll... Does a headbutt count as melee?
Yes.
I would get sneak attack because I have him grappled.
Then yes, for sure.
Yeah, I knocked him out. I knocked
Just
him
for the
out
sake
with
of my
headbutt.
records. How much are you going to kill me for?
Okay, let me.
You're gonna kill me for?
I get trying to remember. I think I get 2d6 for sneak attack now. Let me see. Yeah, 2d6 and 1d8. For 5 points of damage.
Legit. I love it.
Alrighty. Okay.
I would love if that's
So-
when the rest of the group appears.
We'll see. It might be. So real quick, Darren, in the split second, because again, stuff happens in the mind space. Sierra, you have no problem of just like you make eye contact with this bitch,
And I'm just,
and you just like,
I just go, sorry, love. Boom! And I have the circlet on too.
oh yeah. So there's a nice little like
Yeah.
there.
Got a drop of blood.
Lord. So, Darren, in the split second, because you're aware Sierra's going to do something to handle this, especially with her queen bitchiness being so spiteful. It is all physical damage, so you can keep storing those differently. You do manage with that roll that you got because she is so distracted by all of this other shit going on. You do manage because you still have control of that arm in the headspace. You do manage to reach up and grab like the one that's at the base of your neck because that's the one that she'd be like the least likely to see. You do actually manage to reach up, grab that, and yank it out. It hurts like a son bitch, but you do it, and it doesn't go back into place. It just kind of hangs there. But it's behind you, so it doesn't look unusual. Because you're smart enough, I know that you would make sure that it wasn't going to be automatically noticed.
Yeah.
So yes, you have one less of those things in. You don't think she even really notices because of everything that's going on out here. And you have the satisfaction of hearing her just scream some curses as she sees like Sierra's face coming toward hers, and then everything goes dark. Because you are unconscious.
And I cast Spare the Dying on Darren so that he's stabilized, but I'm not healing him just yet.
That's fair.
The last time Darren
I cast Spare the Dying, clean his wounds, pick him up to drag him down to the below deck to make it look like I'm taking him to bed. I tie him up and I throw him in a closet.
I appreciate this. I like this plan.
Real quick, roll me sleight of hand with advantage because you're just to make sure I know what DC that she has to fight against to get
Okay, I already have advantage, and I get a plus 13 to sleight of hand.
out. Right. Rolling at 20. Rolling at 20.
No, I got a 28 though.
Nice. Okay. So lots of.
All I can imagine Darren's last thoughts before he goes down is, "What a woman!" Just full on Gomez.
Phoebus. Simp. Anyway. The original simp. So okay, cool. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and hop back over to the Diamond Peeps. With this poor Sierra, we just sort of see like this frame of her like shutting the closet and then just being like,
and she just says under her breath, "We need to have a group discussion."
okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, beautiful.
There's something very wrong with Darren.
Something's rotten in Darren. Not Denmark, Darren. You're welcome. Sarah liked my joke. That's all that matters. You're welcome. Okay. Sorry. Let me just finish the notes on that because I want to make sure I don't forget some of the stuff. Up and in the closet. NDC 28. Okay. All right. So back in Diamond. Oh Christ! All right, sorry. So back in Diamond, to devotion. You had wanted to have a small chat with Loki, yes?
Basically, he just asked if he had any ideas and is waiting for the snarky remark.
Oh, sorry. Say that one more time.
Sorry. Oh, hold on. Ah! I almost turned up my computer by accident. He essentially asked, sort of nonchalantly asked Loki if he had any ideas as to what the hell was going on here, and was waiting his sarcastic or snarky remark.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't eat anything out of that bowl. It would probably taste horrendous.
If nothing, it'll taste a little bit like ick.
Necromancy doesn't have a very good taste. It's a little thick, little slimy.
Viscous, I think is the word.
But yeah, no, don't eat out of the bowl. I don't know what was in the bowl. I never really dealt with those kinds of things, but yeah, I'm certain it wasn't anything good.
I'll just wrap it up in your favorite wrappings and take it with me in case we can find a purpose for it.
Just don't mix it up with any of your normal cookware. That black stain doesn't sit well. It feels like a more concentrated form of necromancy, but an odd one. It's not like there was a tiny zombie in this bowl. It had something else going on. I just don't know what, which is strange, and I don't like that, but that's all I know.
Well, anything that makes you uncomfortable has to be terrible.
If it makes me uncomfortable, I can't imagine how it's going to affect you. But you're used to uncomfortable, I'm sure.
Wonder how I got used to that.
See, I'm helping.
That isn't the abusive ex come back saying, "Here, I helped you deal with all this trauma that I gave you."
I mean,
not entirely inaccurate to the situation. He sort of like looks around, see if he can find anything else. And yeah, I think after he clears the place, make sure there's nothing left. No, like mementos, like if she kept like a stuffed animal in there because she's a little odder.
Roll me a quick investigation check.
I need to clean my desk. 19.
Okay. You look around just a little bit to to see sort of if there's anything else, like make sure you got like the pertinent notes, make sure you maybe find like a cloth or something to wrap the weird ass bowl into, and bring it back. And I think when you're doing that, the only like piece of like cloth is really attached to it is actually like an old ratty pillowcase. It's doing its job, it's just seen better days. So you go to grab that and pull it off. And as you do, a small but intact miniature painting, like one of those ones that's only like this big kind of thing. A small intact miniature painting of a sunflower falls out of her pillowcase.
I had to fucking ask. He'll like pick it up and sort of look at it. Deep sigh of pain. He's gonna tuck that away into one of his pockets, and then he's going to take the bowl and stuff, and then since Zink is waiting outside, and once he's making absolutely sure he hasn't missed anything, he's gonna go outside and tell Zink, "You can burn it now."
That's not worth the spell.
Well, he'll hold on. I gotta do it. Oh, I wish I could.
Don't you have torches on you?
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
magic fire.
Okay. I mean, technically, I could
Arson
just.
is arson.
Technically, I can just do lightning lure like on one of the poles and
Yeah,
like.
we
Send...
just... Oh, actually, here.
Did someone say arson?
Hannah has entered the chat.
Isla
Devotion.
knows fire spells, doesn't she?
Devotion.
Mhm.
Devotion. Hi.
Yeah, I think that's the porch though.
Yes, Zink.
Hi.
Hi.
Just give me a little kiss on the cheek.
Why?
Just do it.
Very carefully pick him up. Give him just the tiniest of smooch and put back down.
As you kiss his cheek, you feel this like intense warmth move from Zink over into your lips as he casts Dragon's Breath on you. But it's a touch spell, so.
You could have just like touched my leg and it would have let me.
Nah, this is
That is
great.
fun.
He just, like blinks and then just turns his head and just.
Yeah.
I'm a fireman.
Like I imagine like any of the goons that are like, hey, what's going on in here? Just watch the guy, the big guy from yesterday, breathe fire on this. Like, nope, turn my life around, giving up crime. Nope. Well,
There's that one goon that's been trying to please her the whole time.
he wants to get extra
I'm gonna
credit.
get it right this time. Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Nope. I ain't biting no more butts.
I might know.
Did Isla and Zink, or I'm sorry, Isla and Drax come with us? Or
I believe because both of them had to end up hopping off. I believe I had said that they had gone to the forge to like make sure it's all good to go before y'all like go to another continent.
Yeah.
So,
Make sure the door latches work.
That's fair. That's
yeah. So I think it's just you two. I'm gonna pop over, check in on them, and then y'all will reconvene.
Okay.
And appear at the ship probably like right as Sierra comes back on deck is how I'm gonna plan. It's like, hey, why do you have blood on you? Where's Derek?
Yeah.
So anyway.
But he's gonna, basically he's gonna like for the time being he's going to like as the ten's burning he's gonna slowly drag the cauldron of money out of the place.
Don't you have a bag of holding to dump that in?
I don't.
Who has Flortma's bag of holding?
I think
we said that everything that was in it just kind of like shifted into Darren's, but he has no way of knowing that yet.
So
everybody open up your pockets for all the gold.
Real quick, I was about to say I don't want you guys to have lost that item, so I'm going to say that by some divine intervention.
Devotion has an empty bag of holding on him.
I'm going to say by divine intervention, let's see, there's actually Zink has it on him.
But Zink just has an empty bag of holding all the
That's
items
so
inside.
dangerous.
I know, but that's what the die rolled. I was like, who gets it randomly? Oh, look, it's Zink.
Of course.
In that case, Zink has all of all of the scrolls.
I guess Zink has all Flortma's items then.
Wait, do I have do I have the items or I just have the bag?
I would say you should get all the items.
You should just get the items, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But that's a DM thing.
Brian's character sheet's still on D&D Beyond. I can look up what was in it and let you know.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. But also, how many pounds of puff spores will fit in this bag.
I mean, how much does a bag of holding carry?
I think it's like a standard size, so it's like a 10 by 10 space in there.
Oh, okay. So like 2 pounds. Got it. Puff spores aren't
We
bad.
are enabling.
How about
And the
it?
good thing is
I
they
would
can't
rather
get back.
enable than deal with a grumpy zinc.
How about instead of puff spores for the moment, we fill it with money that you can then use
to buy puff
buy
spores.
more puff spores.
You son of a bitch! I'm in.
Devotion looks over, sees the bag of holding, is like, looks at the cauldron. Think I have an idea.
Is it lunch? Because that smells like barbecue a little bit.
Oh, there's a I wouldn't call it an orcish district, but there's a sort of a restaurant sort of thing run by a couple of orcs I met while I was patrolling. Good food. Real quick, can you help me put this giant cauldron of gold into your bag of holding?
What bag of holding?
He points,
Right.
he points to it on your belt. I think that was a gift from our friend.
What?
I think that may have been a gift from our friend.
Oh, Flortma. Dang, I miss him. How long have I had this on me?
I don't know. Maybe. Generally, how things suddenly appear around us, it could have been since he left, or it could have been once you got to the city.
What's happening? Okay. Yeah. Help. Here. And Zink will open the bag.
Just like he finds a shovel, shoveling a giant thing of gold. We're not going to have to worry about money for a while, and we can certainly pay Callie well for her die.
Zink is gonna like peek his head into the bag and like look around. Whoa.
Yeah.
There's stuff in here. Hold on, I'll be right back. And Zink is gonna dive into the bag.
Oh my god!
Slide down the pile of gold. And just
Be
look
careful.
Yeah.
There's no air in there.
There's 10 minutes of air in there.
And I didn't shut the lid to the bag. I just
Devotion is holding it open like, what the fuck just happened?
Get your ass.
It's fine.
Don't make me come in there.
I'll be right out. Oh wait, say Zink and hold your hand out.
That is a good point. So say Zink and hold my hand into the bag. See if I can pull him out like a rabbit. Ta-da!
We could make so much money doing this trick in front of strangers.
I did meet a man who sewed one of these into his hat.
Oh, weird. So okay, well, now that we have everything, let's head over to the forge.
Yes, and after that I have one. I may hear a deep sigh. One last stop, but then we can head back to the.
Ooh, is it the mage that lives in the tower? Because they're really cool.
No, you remember when I told you that the person who runs the paladin order in this city does not like me? I need to have
a lot of things, so sometimes I just am not paying attention. But
long
that
story
bad?
short, the guy who runs the tier temple here does not like me. However, he may be useful to our purposes.
Okay.
I need to have a conversation with him and a conversation with Tyr, because I have not checked in with him in a while, and that is probably going to bite me in the ass. But forge first. We should at least see what this place looks like.
Yeah, unless you want to stop along the way. I'm definitely getting some of that barbecue though.
He will show him to the lovely stand he found where the barbecue is.
Amazing. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So real quick, while you guys were doing that, I'm gonna do a quick check-in scene with Drax and Isla. Then you guys will rejoin. You'll be able to tie up that last thing with the order, and then we'll have you guys come back to the ship. So, Drax and Isla, you guys had broken away from the main group after you got the items and stuff to go check on the forge, make sure everything was okay for Valkyrie's eventual arrival, that kind of stuff like that. The forge is it's pretty good in all honesty. Do you leave it lit when you're gone? I don't actually know.
No, Drax would have not left it lit.
Okay. I legitimately did not know if that was like a good or bad thing. So it's exactly as you left it, unlit.
It is never good to leave a forge lit. You never know what's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, like leaving any kind of flame source unattended never seems like a good thing, but I wasn't sure if it was like a pilot-like situation.
No, because as much as it looks like low lit, that's the top layer. Then you've got all that heat at the bottom layer.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. All right, cool. Learn new things every day. This has to go outside. Anyway, you come back to the forge. It's exactly as you left it. The slurry and stuff that you'd put on there has dried perfectly as you know it would. There aren't any new cobwebs to worry about. There is a small hedgehog in the corner that has tried to make a nest out of a little overhang place. That seems very startled by your presence.
Honey, I don't want to get rid of him.
Damn it, Sonic just found a home.
Would you like some tea?
Oh, quite delicious!
Wait.
I don't have the heart to move them either.
We'll just have to leave a note. Leave the hedgehog alone.
I just have a very important question. Does the hedgehog have a shawl?
No, the hedgehog is just a hedgehog.
Okay.
They have curled into a tiny ball, though.
Hedgehog is friend, not food.
Oh, man.
Wait. Did we get a sign made?
Did you?
Didn't we? I thought we did.
I thought we came up with a name. We came up with a name. We didn't make a sign.
Yeah. I know. I sorry. I honestly could not remember. I'm gonna leave that to y'all's discretion. If that was something you wanted to plan to do after you got back, or to like leave your dad some notes about like, hey, if you can, like, feel free to make us a sign, or something to that effect. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. I think I can use Druidcraft to make some wood.
Think so?
I could put pretty vines.
Tell you what.
Varnish it.
Tell you what. Let's make Dad work for a living, shall we?
Okay.
So Drax is basically going to start a laundry list of shit Falcon needs to do. So first thing, do not touch hedgehog.
The hedgehog is
like as in like big fuck off capital letters. Just don't touch the hedgehog.
Can I use nature or animal handling to like help with the nest? Maybe make a friend.
Druidcraft.
Actually, no. Actually, Zing's got a point. Like, I could use Druidcraft to build a little nest for him.
Yeah, but I want him to be my friend.
There's a spell for that.
I mean, you're free to do so. Drax is like coming up with a fucking long laundry list. He's
What do
literally
you think?
scanning the entire
DM?
thing. Like,
See, roll animal handling. I think would be best if you're trying to just
Okay.
like connect with the animal and help in its own way. And you can do additional.
Not bad. 22.
Very nice. The hedgehog is still like curled up and trembling. You get close enough and start like making those little like small cooing words that people do at tiny animals.
Yep.
And I think after like a minute, you see like one like his little head just kind of poke out, and then he unfurls from like his little thing, and you see him start like nosing some stuff into place. He's got various and sundry bits of like of fluff, of feathers, stuffing, moss, like stuff like that.
Druid craft to
Yes.
help with the little.
So you do that, and he's well, you don't actually. They just sort of like look back and forth from you to the thing, and then would like nose something into place, and then look back, and then like he would put something else there, and then they kind of like are just adjusting little things here and there, and then eventually they go up along the side, settle down into it, and you can actually hear the little.
she'll just go, enjoy, bye bye, and walk away.
I don't know what sounds hedgehogs makes, but it squeaks. Grunts? I don't know.
it makes squeaks, I think.
It's fair. We're gonna go with squeaks until proven otherwise. Oh man, cuties. Oh, they're precious. Anyway,
As Ida turns around, you see that Drax actually made like a fucking laundry list. Like, nearly done.
What are you doing?
This is stuff for Dad to do when he gets here.
Don't you think that's a little much?
It's Dad.
Okay. And?
Have you ever seen him sit still?
No.
He'll still think this is piss easy.
All right, well, fine.
And you'll be happy to know I put in bold capital letters, do not touch hedgehog.
Good. I do not want that little baby disturbed.
Yeah, there's a... Where'd the house come from?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Are you making friends with the animals again?
No.
Are you lying?
Yes. What's your favorite? Say a couple names. You lying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking cowboy. You in there smoking crack? No. Don't lie to me. Yeah, I'm in here smoking crack. That was easy.
You know I love you.
Well,
Well,
I love you too. I do need to do just some last minute shopping.
oh,
She like looks down and like pulls like her skirt, outside to side. She's like, this is not good and is starting to trample me.
yeah.
I need pants. And boots. But
And
walking
armor.
barefoot most of the time. And armor.
Shopping trip?
Shopping trip.
Cool. I'm going to leave this on the worktop. And I'm going to leave some food for the hedgehog.
Yes.
Yeah. definitely need to change of attire because while this is beautiful, not very practical.
Not at all.
Mm.
See, look, it's kind of torn on the bottom a little bit.
Oh,
Starting to get dirty.
Like this dress.
I know. I like this one too. So
Oh.
it's time for a change.
Well, at least you've got one item off the list. You have the rapier.
That's true. And she takes it out really carefully and just admires it.
It's very pretty. It's very shiny.
Drax does a Valkyrie and literally crouches down and gets eye level with the blade going, this is not bad.
Well, I mean, it's a start. I'll get that new one hopefully in a couple of days.
He will have to send it to us by courier.
Yeah.
So, pants, boots,
armor.
That would be in our rented apartment.
What else? Oh, you want braces?
Yeah. I think maybe a practical corset. I still want to look pretty. Practical.
I like this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
I like it.
I'll take your entire stock.
What's this? It's an art project. Okay, I like it. Picasso.
Just a Darren to all, or sorry, Drax to all of us.
Sorry, guys, but
what's this?
Oh, look at this
baby.
baby boy. Oh, he's so sleepy. Sorry. Okay. So I think by the time you guys have done all this, worked out what you need to do, I think, funnily enough, probably right as you're leaving the forge to go and find a general clothing shop, I think it's one of those fun things where you open the door in your forge and there's Devotion and Zinc just
Aha!
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I love it. It's so cute.
It is. I think it's going to do very well.
I mean, it's very rugged and manly. Sorry, Drax. Wait, no, it's great. It's both beautiful and
it's allowed to be both.
Isla takes one step behind Drax, just craft, hanging vines on the ceiling and flowers.
It can be both manly and pretty.
Yes. Do you guys want to tour? You guys get the sense yeah, we've done what we needed, we have to go back inside.
Yeah, you want some barbecue? I got 3 buckets of it.
You see Drax's eyes just go.
It's orcish barbecue also.
Pulls 1 bucket out of the bag of holding, pulls another bucket out of the bag of holding.
Also, we discovered he has that, and you know the giant cauldron of money?
Yeah.
Points to the bag of holding. So we can pick that up when we get back. So that
how much is in that cauldron?
Well,
it was how big was the cauldron? Like little cauldron or proper witch's brew giant
proper witch's brew. The thing is,
are we talking black cauldron size?
Not quite that much. What? 2 feet across, 2 feet deep. Yeah, 2 feet across, 2 feet deep. I am guesstimating here.
Something like this.
Double that size.
Okay.
Yes.
That was extremely helpful.
That was helpful. Yeah. It's got a big mix of stuff. There's coppers in here. There's some fucking electrum. There's silver. You saw this as you were putting it in. There's a lot of gold, and there's even a couple pieces of platinum here and there. So you're not entirely certain how much is in here. I know. I'll tell you when you count it.
Yeah, we can do that a bit later.
1, 2, 3.
No, Zink.
Zinc. No. Lady.
Okay.
Oh,
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Yes, we can have barbecue, and we can give you a quick tour.
Yeah, let's do the tour first. Actually, he starts putting the buckets back into the bag.
Oh, by the way, guys, don't be too loud when you get inside.
Is there a ghost?
Hope not.
Yes, there is a ghost. The ghost of Blacksmith Past. And you have to be very quiet, okay?
Oh shit, don't scare the ghost.
That's gonna be up to the ghost, really. I scare regular people.
I know. Not me though, you're not scary.
And Trax goes to open the door very quietly, just to...
You need to oil the door.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just imagining like a little hedgehog on like a tiny little chair, just like laid back with like a cold drink in his hand. Like
a fucking martini, just like wait, people.
Shit.
Isla did that right.
Tug does look up from his little nest and then sees that it's just you guys and just settles back in.
Guys, it's the ghost.
That is
And points to the
unreasonably
head.
adorable.
Points to the
Entirely
hedgehog. But no, seriously, we've actually left a note for Dar to don't touch that cute little ball of spikes.
Oh sweet. I think I have some more puff spores if you want me to leave some.
Oh, you can do. Just leave it by the hut.
The tiny house.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Isla, do you want to explain what you did?
Well, sorry, I was looking at my stats. Explain about the forge.
Yeah, just basically like just being like, look what my fiance did.
Well, I chose the color on the walls, and we painted it. I thought it would be really nice, kind of manly yet soft at the same time, so something a little welcoming so that anybody could come in, no matter what shape or size. I also added in a lot of these vines and stuff because I thought it would be really pretty. So you have, obviously you kept them away directly from the forge because, you know, you don't want this place to go up in flames. So yeah.
It's amazing. You guys did a really good job.
Yeah, my back still hurts.
Oh, I cannot fix that for you, but I can cast fly if you want to not have to stand for about a minute.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna, and like you hear Drax's entire spine just
chatter.
I was about to say, do you want me to crack your back?
Hold, please.
Okay,
I'm
you
good.
get tips on barbecue for sure.
Barbecue heals every wound.
It do though.
Arguably, yes.
Oh, like real talk though, barbecue heals all wounds.
It really does.
And they got mushrooms and just some nice like pulled pork and some just like the smorgasbord, and then like one of the 3 buckets is of sides.
Just a giant bucket of fries. A giant bucket of just potato.
Yeah, potatoes.
Drax
beans.
Drax just takes the bucket. I think I'm in heaven or Valhalla or whatever paradise they decided to send me to.
Really?
Stop.
And it just tilts it like so she can inspect. I mean, come on.
That's fair.
The
That
good
is
shit.
fair.
I was going to say a thing, but there are people present.
When we get both of you shush.
Devotion laughs in married man.
And we still have all these pastries that I forgot about that we've been carrying around that I actually put in the bag of holding now that I realize that. We have 3 boxes left.
Oh no.
Feast like kings. Though he's Devotion has his own just a box that just has baby back ribs he's been nibbling on. Once I finish mine, I'm going to need to head to the temple. I have to try my hardest not to punch the leader of the order. And instead tell him to do something important.
Good luck with that.
Do you need our help with that? Or...
No. I don't need to subject the rest of you to him.
Okay. I'll start setting up the spell for teleport. When you get back.
Am I allowed to punch him?
You are a champion of Thor. Maybe. But
I
don't want him to start beef with the actual order of Thor.
Then can I punch him?
Everybody just gets in line.
I will answer that question when I come back. Just in case he's not entirely a dick.
Everyone goes to the deli and gets that ticket taker and just grabs a number and waits.
Punch a paladin. Here's a punch a paladin. I have a paladin in your life that you want to punch but can't. Here, punch this paladin. But while I'm gone, do you not have any plans?
I was shopping.
Shopping.
Oh, yeah, shopping.
Devotion kind of takes out he kind of remembers what his circlet cost.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of takes out probably 2 or 3 worth of that and maybe a little extra, and then hands that to Isla and says, if you happen to come across any more circlets or rings of disguise, I'm going to give them to Anya and the kids.
Okay, I'll see what I can find. I can actually say that now.
Potion, they can take mine. I don't really need it anymore since I have this. He holds up the necklace.
We need at least one. I'm going to give mine to Anya, and then Zink can offer one to the children, and then we need an extra one. Since I only really needed to be disguised here, which I also didn't do. By the record, I also did not redisguise myself when we came back to the city. So he probably knows I'm here.
There's not really a need to necessarily.
Yeah. I wasn't disguising myself for him. I was disguising myself for her.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, I think just so we can get everybody back to the boat, whatever basic travel supplies, or if you guys want to pick up some additional simple weapons, have spare daggers on hand or something like that, and as well as additional traveling clothes. And if you also want to pick up traveling clothes for everyone else, or whatever you do, feel free to drop it in the chat just so we're all aware and go from there. I know you guys have plenty of money. And this stuff would cost at most
a giant barrel.
Yeah, even before the giant cauldron, y'all have plenty of money.
Just one thing I remembered, at least for Isla and Hannah to know, is that since Isla is a druid, she can only wear leather armor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think that's the stupidest fucking thing ever, that you can't wear metal as a druid.
There's a special leather armor. I don't know if it's in 5e or not, but basically you have it, you wear it, and then when you go into your animal form, you stay armored. I don't know if we have it though.
I don't. Good luck probably finding it in this town.
It's neat, but it's probably expensive.
But yeah, so if you guys just want to drop what you put in, it will not cost more than 200, even if you get an outfit for everybody. So yeah, so just so we can wrap up all the stuff in Diamond, I feel like we could probably just go ahead and do a quick jump cut over to Devotion's temple visit. Are y'all gonna be shopping while he's doing that, or did anyone actually want to go with him? I wanted to check first.
Well, I can't punch a paladin, so
If I can't punch a paladin, I don't want to go.
I'll punch the paladin we have later for something. Already punched a paladin. With me.
Actually, I punched you twice.
Yeah. For the same reason.
The same fucking reason. There seems to be the pattern developing here.
Seems to be a pattern here.
No, Jackson and I will just go shopping while he's doing that. Then probably head to the ship is in Abalone.
It's in Pearl now, which you guys knew, you were aware of. That was established as the precedent, so no problem.
I think, yeah, I think it'll be a case of shopping, gather supplies, and head straight to the ship.
Okay, makes total sense to me. Okay, so in that case, real quick, like, Lord have mercy, I need to write smaller. In that case, real quick, like, we're gonna do a quick smash cut over to the Temple of Tyr. Relatively busy. I feel like a lot of people have like, there's a lunchtime rush, but it's for people to like go in and do like any prayers or offerings before they have lunch. So the temples will have a lunchtime rush, unless they're like ones that have like a stronger presence at night, in which case they have a dinner rush.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a menace. So, like for example, the Raven Queen's temple, I think would see an uptick of followers coming in probably in the evening, like right when the balance of day and night is like hitting that perfect hit. Anyway, so Devotion, you go in. You are not disguised as has been mentioned. So you just sort of stroll on in. Argus is, as per usual, accepting all of the people inside. Sorry, he's accepting people inside. Everybody's coming in. It's all good to go from there. He is a bright, smiling beacon of like welcoming to the church until he sees you. And then that smile is just gone. Because as we have established, he's a bigot. Anyway.
He's a dick.
Yeah, you know. There's always somebody in a town who's just a shithead, and it's him. So he sees you, he gives you like the once over and sighs. Your friend who is your friend who's there, and who you know before, oh, it might be in my other book at this point. Remind me.
Call him Derek for the time being.
Yeah. So your friend, Chisler, he was like a quartermaster or something within here.
Yeah. Quartermaster.
Yeah, the quartermaster is there. He also sees you because he's helping with greetings and stuff like that. His face is fine. He's just like, oh, hello, you're here, you're yourself. That's great. It's Argus who's just like,
grumble, grumble, grumble.
Rumble, grumble. So what do you do?
So I will, give a proper, bow, and then, well, I thought I would update you both.
I presume from your lack of disguise, lies, that your business has been fulfilled.
Most of it, yes. I have two last things on my list. I wanted to visit the temple in a more normal manner, to have a word with our dear God. And then I need a word with you, Argus. Because if there's someone I'm going to have to ask, not tell, ask, I think you are the perfect person for the job.
Oh, he deigns to make a request this time. How lucky for us. Very well. The temple is further inside. You presumably know how to call a prayer. I'll be in my office should you need me.
Always a delight.
Always. He is a dick. This is very well established.
He basically he's like always a delight, High Lord.
Always something.
Yeah.
The pleasure is all yours, I'm sure. Anyway, so you go up to the temple. You see the statue of Tyr in all of its glory. It's very well kept. It's very well just maintained in general. Lots of candles all around. Lots of little offerings here and there. You can see that some have definitely come from kids because like some are like tiny little like carved wooden hammers and stuff like that the kids would have gotten. Or like just a couple of coppers that are like that are bent and a little damaged, but like it's all they had kind of thing. It's it's kind of interesting seeing the breadth of like offerings that are given here. But as with any other temple, anything offered here is for the god and it will remain here. So yeah, so you go in, there's plenty of little soft mats, pillows, and stuff like that set out before the statue, so that you can kneel there if you so choose. Especially for some of the elderly, it's a much better option. There's some benches for those who can't even go down to their knees because it takes a lot out of you. And there's also plenty of like open floor if you prefer to touch the cold marble itself and not have to deal with anything else. So what do you do?
He's gonna find a space that's not currently being like too crowded because he hasn't done this in the temple in a while, so he doesn't know if it's gonna be other people are gonna be affected by whatever happens.
Mhm.
And he's gonna find a little bit of one of the altars, and he's going to get down on one knee, and he's going to take out with a very deep sigh the small picture of the sunflower.
Yep.
And he's going to very gently set it on the altar in a spot where it won't get, knocked over or anything. And he is going to take his holy symbol and hold it. And he is going to attempt to do the commune.
Commune. All right, roll for me.
That would be a natural 20.
Alrighty then.
Or 28 total.
Okay. So yeah, so you're in the temple, you're surrounded by all of the various accoutrements. You have taken the position that you need to, and you sort of cast your mind out a little bit, and we see that blink and then blank, and you're looking at him on the astral plane. He looks both proud and sort of like very very gently sort of like melancholic. Like he's proud that you did what you had to do, but it also sucks that you did what you had to do. Like he's got kind of that look on his face like, hey, you did it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, proud but empathetic.
Yeah. But he sort of you hear his like deep voice and it kind of echoes throughout the planar space here. You have completed your task. Well done.
My family will be safer now. And
they will. It is very true.
He sort of like looks down to where he put the picture. It almost terrifies me. Because it almost terrifies me. This little picture. There was one small piece of her still in there. I don't know what the Raven Queen will have in store for her, but I hope it is quiet and calm. She did many terrible things to me, to innocent people, and a part of me that has been with you and this order for so long wants divine punishment, but the me who knew her, who knows the truth of everything, knows that she was just a victim, driven to madness. But her fate is not for me to decide.
It is a sad reality that even for those creatures for whom madness was not a choice but a consequence, such as a rabid dog, despite the fact that it was not of their own volition or their choice, and they had no say in the matter, the damage that they caused is still very visceral. It is still felt, and it must be purged. It is unfortunate when this extends to people, but it does not make the judgment that we must enact any different. It only makes it heavier to bear. And I am sorry that you have had to bear this and will continue to do so until your other family has been cleansed.
That will be in time, I'm sure. I have set forth on the tasks set before me and completed my mission thus far. I would ask but to one minor and one more bold things of you. The seemingly minor is that I am going to ask the leader of this temple, while he and I are at odds for various reasons. He is one of the oldest and most respected members of the order in the Gem Kingdoms. I'm going to request that he make a call of banners so that we may join our forces against those who would harm this kingdom, against Garnet, against my father, against any of their allies. We cannot take Obsidian by ourselves. As strong as we are not an army. I cannot ask the same of Thor or the Raven Queen, even though their champions walk among us. And I certainly cannot ask of Lythander, as I don't think he has the strength. But it is often that one must ask the last person one wishes when one believes them to be the most capable.
This is very true. I believe that my followers will do what is right once you have a plan of attack to enable. In the meantime, they will be able to amass forces, prepare, stockpile, make ready, as it were. And once preparations are complete and you are ready, and once you have spoken with your allies and know the path that you will take, then we can begin to plan the actual commencement.
It's as good as plan as any. And I don't think he will pass up the chance of glory to have called such banners. Even the selfishness of good-intentioned people can be used. A lesson that I have learned, unfortunately, from my attachment. But when used for the right purposes, motivation is motivation. The other is you told me is when I had done what needed to be done in this matter, that you would have work or something for me, that my strength was not yet enough. And we had our rather intense talk on the cliffside.
Indeed, we did. You have a journey ahead of you to reach the next stage. I believe in that time, a gift or provision, however you would prefer to regard it, should be made known.
Who would have known it was across the sea? In a land.
One more time.
Who would have guessed it was across the sea in a land I'd never known?
Such is the way of things, is it not?
Seems to be. I ask, lastly, only what I have asked ever before. Watch over my family. Watch over myself and my compatriots as we carry out the will that must be done.
It shall be done. I wish you great strength and great endurance for what is to come.
I'm probably going to need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do the blink blink, and then by the time you you look back up, statue's back to normal, and the place around you still has, you know, a smattering of people here and there. Nothing too crazy.
Looking at, they just saw a 60-foot tall wolf.
Yeah, there's some people giving you a pretty wide berth, but honestly, it's kind of hit or miss as to who is, because some people don't give a crap because they're not terrible, and some people are just sort of like, oh, well then, and then they just kind of scooch their little prayer mat.
The usual, like, oh, I don't see that every day.
You really don't.
After
So
that,
yeah,
he will.
I think from there you can stand back up. You know, Argus isn't here anymore, but he told you to meet him in his office. So you're able to pop up and head over to his office. The quartermaster is still giving. He's doing the greetings, and in the meantime, he just kind of calls out a "good luck" as you go by.
I might need it. And he'll go and he'll very politely knock on the door.
Enter.
He will open the door and step in. I promise not to take up too much of your time. I have travel arrangements myself I need to upkeep.
Any time that you take up is too much by my estimation, but make your case. What is it?
I aim for a call of banners. The next leg of our journey is going to take us a bit away, but after that, the threat of our greater enemy, as well as my family, have found themselves aligned. The necrotic patches being caused by one we are currently facing, and she has aligned herself with my father. And so they are a mutual threat to the kingdom.
Of course. Of course. So you would like me to muster the forces, gather the armaments, and follow you into battle against your own blood that you're certainly not going to betray us for at the last moment.
He takes out, because there's something he pocketed, you know, he's planning to give it to someone else. He takes out one of Severance's daggers that still has her blood stains on it. And he slaps it down on the desk. I took my own sister's life to protect my family and to protect this kingdom. Unless you give me cause to turn my blade against you, which I doubt you're that stupid, takes it back and tucks it away. I'm not the one you need to worry about. Besides,
Would you like?
Would I like to do an intimidate?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have advantage for the bloodstained dagger.
Yes. Ooh, that's not bad. That is a total. Oh god. Oh damn. That's a total of 27. I rolled an 18. I have a +9 to intimidation. I scaly.
Sorry, one more time.
27 total.
Fuck. All right then.
+9. I'm scaly.
So yeah, you do that. You see all the blood like leave this man's face, and he's like, right. Well then, I suppose we'll begin preparations.
That is all I ask. Besides, I'm not calling the banners. You are. You will get the credit for calling the banners against a great enemy. I just happen to be a very knowledgeable fellow paladin who tipped you off to the idea. You want the glory of calling the banners? It's yours. I'll do the hard work.
Why would you grant me that?
You are one of the oldest, most respected, and to some, he has a little smirk on his face, most feared paladins in this order. If you call, they will come. I could have gone for my master, who garners a great deal of respect, but those like you, who look at me with ire, would dismiss the idea. But if you, someone who is known to have disdain for me, calls for my aid, and calls for the aid of the kingdom, no one will refuse.
He gives you a very considering, like, up and down look, but it's not dismissive this time. It's not angry. It's like as close to just objectively like assessing as you've ever seen. Like it's literally like he's actually like looking at you and like considering.
He's actually seeing me now.
Exactly. He's just like, oh, huh. He doesn't say any of this. It's just like this quick up and down. Right. Well, I'll begin these preparations, as you say. Do you have a time frame for this?
Not as of yet, but the early stages of preparation should be sufficient for now. We're going away for a bit. We have some things we need to investigate a fair distance away, but when I return to the kingdoms, I will let you know, and we can begin proper planning.
He opens a couple of drawers, like looking for something, and then grabs a scroll and passes it over to you. Just in case that's a scroll of sending, let me know when and if you get more of a definitive time frame. In the meantime, it takes time to muster anyway. We'll go ahead and get the process started.
Thank you, my lord. He tucks it away into one of his bags and gives him a proper salute and a bow.
He gives like the tiniest little like nod of head, like small. It's there. Okay.
And then he will leave him to do his business. He'll also, on the way out, mention the plan to his friend, the quartermaster, to make sure that since he's the only man in this entire building that Argus listens to, keeping his right-hand man appraised is a good idea. If he starts to I don't want to do what he says, sir, you did swear that you would do it.
I know, but I don't want you anymore.
Yeah, but after that, he will fly off and meet the rest of the party.
Good stuff. Okay, cool. All right, let me update the notes on that real quick. It's about 11:30. So if y'all don't mind, can we do a quick break, get a drink, go to the bathroom, all that good stuff, and when we come back, we're gonna see what shit hits the fan.
Yeah, works for me. Alright, we'll be back in a moment, bitches.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the button? There it is. Okay, now we're live.
Good shit. So yeah, so you guys all reconvene. Everybody in Diamond reconvenes. Zink casts his little wiggity woo. He's Zink, high, low, or mid for me.
Please come back as a shrubbery. Please come back as a shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
We demand a shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
I haven't been saying a lot. I know. I'm sorry. But I got these new dice. They're round.
Ooh.
That's
So
cool.
let me unwrap them, and I will get back to you with a number.
Okay, cool, yeah. Okay, so yeah, y'all bamf back. We'll figure out the results to be determined. Sierra, were you waiting in the room with the closet, or were you waiting on deck to like?
Waiting on deck. I made sure the closet was locked.
Okay, gotcha. Totally fair, honestly.
I'm pretty sure she still has blood splattered on her armor.
Almost certain.
And your boyfriend stabbed himself with you like right there.
Yeah, she's got blood splattered on her.
You carried him to the room, pretending he's just drunk while he's like bleeding.
She patched up the wound. You're stabilized. You're fine.
You're get over it. You're fine. Anyway, so,
I could have just let you die and then revivified you.
You're an assassin. Deal with it.
Sierra was actually debating in her head, if I let him die, will that get rid of that spirit too when I bring him back?
Also, where the fuck did he come from? Anyway.
Yeah.
48. So mid.
All right, then you are safe. So Sierra, you see the little swirly of magic that and then you hear the as everybody just teleports in. They're looking pretty okay. I think Isla's probably changed into her new outfit, I'm guessing. Hell yeah. All that good stuff. Is it so?
Yeah. Yes. So I'll draw it at some point. But she basically has this purple kind of long flowy sleeve dress kind of, but it's like short, like to her knees, with a like leather armor corset over it to cinch in the waist. She's got pants on, like nice brown pants, and nice leather boots with some arm guards and like a leather choker. And she's kind of pulled her hair back in some braids, and she still has her little antlers over her head, and some cool like belts and like a leather garter that hooks up to her like waist belt.
Good shit.
For her rapier.
Beautiful. So yeah, you guys pop in, and Sierra, you're waiting. As soon as they pop in, what do you do?
Well, glad to see you all arrived safely.
Hello.
Anyone who doesn't have a perception of 10 would notice that she
Yeah, I
has
was about to say,
blood drenched
yeah.
on her armor.
Everybody's passive perception is well enough to see the splatter of blood across Sierra's chest.
More to the point, Drax is concerned. He arrived, and it's been 10 seconds, and he hasn't been assaulted yet.
Oh, Sierra, guess what? Why are you covered in blood?
Good question, Zink.
Why do I not think it's your blood?
It is not my blood. It's Darren's blood. We need to have a group discussion.
I think we do.
And she heads down below deck.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sutha is still not above deck.
Yeah.
No, she's currently retching over the side of a rail.
No. When Sierra heads down deck, she'll go down below deck. She'll go to Sutha's bunk and just gently shake her shoulder. If you're feeling
She's
well,
more of an off green than normal.
Oh,
More of a gray green.
Gray?
if you're able to stand, we need to have a group discussion. Everyone else arrived.
Okay.
Alright.
I don't feel well.
Bring your pail with you. Bring your bucket with you. Callie, I'm gonna be borrowing your quarters for a bit. She calls out to Callie.
just very quietly.
Yeah. And then Sierra will go to the closet Darren is unconscious in and drag him out and drag him to the captain's quarters.
Wait, please tell me that when she opens the closet doors, that he face plants like
Like Flynn Rider, he does.
I'm gonna say yes because she hasn't woken back up.
1 point of damage.
Yeah.
1 point of damage.
Questions?
Yeah. Just follow me, and she's dragging him to the captain's quarters.
Bonking.
Oh.
Okay,
By the way, Devotion, your wife's on the ship. We'll make sure that she gets off the ship before we leave. But first, we need to have a group talk.
yes.
Right. Just drags Darren's unconscious body to the captain's quarters.
Perfect.
And sets him up in a chair.
Do you want some pastries while we... Oh my god, Darren, what is happening?
He looks wrecked.
He looks a little
There's a
wrecked.
giant stab wound.
Getting increasingly concerned.
You got like a healed-ish stab wound. You've got like a little nick here. You've got like a big ass bruise and like a little chink here. Anyway.
Sutha looks at this and she's like, if that's your remedy for seasickness, I don't like it.
Luckily that isn't, but before I wake him back up, you all need to be informed on something. Darren has a hitchhiker with him.
You've got leeches?
I was gonna say, I mean, you can keep your personal life real personal, you know?
Are we talking leech situation or more of a me situation?
Also, aren't we all hitchhikers on the ship? We're gonna borrow it while
Guys,
we go across
can you
the-
be serious for 2 seconds, please?
Can you not be covered in blood for 2 seconds?
Facts.
Oh.
No, okay.
Okay, what is the situation? What's going on? What do we need to know?
Yesterday, when I spoke telepathically to Darren, I heard 2 voices overlapping. That's never happened before. When I spoke to Sutha, I only heard her voice. When I spoke to Darren, I heard double. I had a hunch, so I cast Zone of Truth on him. He passed he was able to resist the spell. But another part of him wasn't able to.
And so you stabbed him.
No, Zeke, he actually stabbed himself.
Oh,
I don't know who is possessing him, but he was able to regain consciousness for a moment and stab himself in the chest.
All right.
And
all right.
in that brief second, I know what I saw. His eyes, they flashed black and purple with dark cracks in the irises.
Say no more. It's all right. I'm here. And Zink is gonna walk over, look down at Darren's sad face, and put his head in between his hands while nobody is stopping.
Zink, hold on a moment.
What?
I'm not I have no idea if we revive him right now, if whoever is possessing him is going to wake up instead of him.
Oh, I'm not a healer. I was just gonna try to dispel magic in case it was a magical thing.
I don't think it's magical. I think this is possession we're dealing with.
Like,
I'm not advanced enough in my clerical abilities to depossess somebody.
Do you think maybe we should go and see if we can find a cure before we leave?
I don't know. We should be setting out today. I don't want to delay our schedule as it is.
You said black. You saw black in his eyes.
The whites of his eyes turned black. His irises turned purple. There were cracks in them.
Devotion goes in one of his bags and takes out the weird bowl. He unwraps. I found this in Severance's office, or little tent. It reeks of necrotic magic, and there's a black residue all over it. And as far as I'm aware, Darren was the only one not to follow us. He was the last one to arrive when we fought Severance.
That's true.
You let him wander around Diamond unsupervised.
And he stayed behind are two different things.
Yeah, he was gone for most of the time, actually, now that I think about it.
Icarus, we know through stories of like the purple cracked eye situation, right?
Yeah, you guys have heard bits and pieces of that being used. The most obvious time that you've heard about it is when something tried to assassinate the queen. They caught like sight of that in the hallway. And you've also heard like little bits and pieces that something like that might be related to Garnet, because she was the chosen heir, and then something happened and the island said, you know what, no and chose her sister.
All right, Sutha's just gonna, like, the gray goes away, like, immediate, like, we're not sick no more, let's do this shit. Sutha just has that moment where she's like, Garnet. Purple eyes. Cracked purple eyes. Garnet.
Oh, fucking gods above.
That's who she was using this to talk to.
That's who's possessing Darren.
How do we get her out?
I don't know.
I can try this. It might not work, but it won't hurt Darren.
What do you want you to try, Zinc?
Just dispel magic, you know.
No, before, but no, no.
Okay.
Him. What was vocab lesson from earlier that I may or may not remember?
Brig. Yeah.
We need to put him somewhere safe before we start.
That's a good idea.
That's a very good point.
That's a very good point.
We should also
The brig.
disarm.
The brig is one more level down. We can take him down there.
Sutha scoops him up. Kind of like it's like a poop bag almost.
just grabs by like the ropes at his back.
You know him better than most of us. You might know where he might hide extra daggers. We need to make sure he doesn't have anything.
Sierra is going to remove every weapon from Damon's body but the one dagger that he always keeps hidden. Because she knows better than to touch that thing. The rest of you don't know that he has that extra one.
Right.
Fair.
So she disarms him.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does anyone want a pastry? Because I got like 3 boxes.
Sierra follows Sutha to the brig.
Break the tension with
Isla follows as well.
You guys aren't yourselves when you're hungry.
Zing, just put them in the mess hall.
Eat a Snickers.
Oh yeah, good idea. I'll save a box for us.
As we're making our way to the brig, if we pass Callie, Sierra's like, we might be a little bit delayed on heading out.
Hi, Kelly. I've heard a lot of good things.
Oh, she'll walk past her.
Hi, Callie.
Just in her head. He do.
It's a lot of
these kinky mother. Oh, the cute one.
And she's got a new outfit on. She's got a
Hey.
rapier now.
Thrax behind her, like,
Also, your Snow White eyes went what color again?
To like a silver.
Yeah, you mean the same color as her ex-wife's
Oh,
eyes?
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't know
Just
that.
saying.
Oh no.
Just saying.
Oh no.
Hi, Kelly. One time.
No.
Callie, you hear a Sierra's voice in your head as she casts telepathy. We're dealing with the possible possession here at the moment. You wouldn't happen to know a cleric in port, would you?
Not exactly.
Alright, we're gonna try
Callie's
to figure
gonna
out.
follow.
Alright.
DM,
Yes.
may I peruse my knowledge to know if Dispel Magic would even...
Yeah, roll a Arcana for me.
Okay, I can do that. And because it's is it magical?
I mean,
whether it's arcane or
possession is a supernatural thing, but it doesn't necessarily require the ability to cast a spell to happen.
Right.
Ghosts can't cast spells.
Right.
And that would be the standard for it. You guys are all making your way to the brig, by the way. It is it's surprisingly clean. You wouldn't think. It's a little dusty, but it's otherwise pretty clean down here. There's no like, bones chained to the wall or anything like that.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20, but I also rolled 2 dice. And I didn't have advantage, right?
No.
Okay.
You can take the nat 20 though. I will just go ahead and tell you, Dispel Magic does not work on possession. You've never encountered, I don't think you've ever encountered like actual out and out possession yourself, but you're aware that it is a supernatural thing. It's something that sometimes will have very specific conditions that have to be met, or like it has to rely on the willpower of the possessed. But that's also for like a standard like ghost or demon. You're not sure with whatever the fuck Garnet is supposed to be. So, but you are absolutely certain now that you're like, oh, it is possession. Oh, Dispel Magic's not going to do it. So, yeah. But yeah, you'll make it down to the brig, okay? There's a single chair in there that's probably bolted so that it won't like tip over in a storm and be like debris, a whole thing. There's like a single chair in the corner. And there's probably like one set of like slightly rusted manacles just in case. So y'all can utilize those if you would prefer, but you do have them tied up pretty securely, so it's on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking over some stuff real quick. I am going to, once he's situated in the chair and we're in the brig, and have the door shut behind us, I will use my ASMR feature, Healing Hands, and restore him to 16 hit points.
Okay, good stuff.
So that he wakes up.
I will stare menacingly from the corner.
He's just standing there.
I was gonna stand, in place, but have her hand resting on her rapier handle, just in case.
We're a fucking Vanity Fair cover right now.
Drax is gonna look to Sierra. Where do you want me?
Stay behind me, all of you. He's got to get through me first before he gets to anyone else.
Drax has shield and sword out and is directly behind Sierra.
Has the bowl. I don't know if this will help, but I'm glad I picked it up.
Fair enough. Okay, so you bring Darren / Garnet. Darn it? Garen? I don't know.
Darn it. Darn it sounds great.
You bring this bish. Darn
it.
Back to being awake. Darn it. Anyway, you bring him back to awake, and Garnet is a little groggy, to say the least. It has been many a century since she has been headbutted. So yeah, Darren, you come awake at the same time in the mind space. That tendril that you pulled out is still gone, so you don't have to worry about that. I think, by the way, Sierra, I think enough time has passed that Zone of Truth is no longer active. Just wanted to make sure. So she sort of like comes awake, like shakes her head a little, and then go and then goes to like do something. Looks down.
Sierra will tilt her head. Morning, sunshine.
Ooh.
Did you have a good nap?
And Darren looks at you, but you, especially Sierra, because you know most if not all of Darren's like expressions and faces. But even the rest of you are just sort of like, it's this weird disconnect because there's this cunning, but like this really sly, almost just sinister kind of like little tweak to all of his facial expressions, which has settled into like this reclining smirk, essentially, that is just not, because like Darren occasionally smirks, but it is not like this. This is just uncomfy.
Is her internal, like, is she modeling the same thing internally?
Yes. And interesting. I'll also say, like, maybe unexpectedly for you, Darren, considering that you have removed some of like her presence, you do notice that she's a bit more solidified. You can see more detail in what's going on. Like, you can tell a bit more about like the gown that she's apparently wearing, and you can see a little bit more of her features. You can actually see now that she has blonde hair, and it's pulled up in this like really elegant updo thing. But yeah, unusual, because you couldn't see quite that level of detail before. But you can hear her talking, and you also have this really weird feeling, and you realize why when you specifically, Darren, look down and you see that even though she's standing like at the front part of your head, like doing all of the talking, controlling everything that's going on. It's almost like there's an additional, it's almost like her one arm has actually like sunk down into the darkness and elongated and has grabbed you by your collar inside. It's not a good feeling. It's not comfy. It feels like a little extra cold, kind of, where she's got like a grip. But it's not like she's trying to suck anything out of you. It's like
I have leverage.
Kind of, but also she does too, because she's got a direct grip on.
No, I mean, like that's the feel. Like she's just like, oh look, I have leverage.
Yeah. And also, weirdly enough, Darren, for you, for the first time in like, I think several days at this point, you can actually feel some sensation from the outer world. Like you can actually like feel that you're sitting in a chair and you're not just seeing stuff like through that haze. You can kind of feel it a little bit, and you're like, oh, this doesn't feel like a good thing.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Okay, so Sierra, to your question,
did you have a good nap?
You know, I've had better. But I suppose if I'm to join the life of an adventurer for a little while, I should get used to such rough and tumble treatment. You really should establish a safe word first.
A safe word's pineapple, bitch.
Inspiration.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, take inspiration.
Yay! Fuck yeah, bitches. Where do I put inspiration on here? I don't know.
Near the top somewhere? I don't know how.
I don't know. I'm on the app right now. I'll put an extra D20 out on my table to know I have inspiration.
Yeah. And if you don't use it yet, just like
Mhm.
put it like on a post-it or something,
Mhm.
put it on your desk.
And Sierra's just gonna let out a familiar whistle again. And cast Siren Song on her.
Okay. What's the save again?
15.
Okay.
Trying to impose as much disadvantage on this bitch as I can.
The dice have decided she does not pass.
Haha! This'll make my next part even better.
Okay.
I didn't want to get to this. And then the lamp lights and the candles in the brig flicker and dim a bit as Sierra's eyes turn pitch black, and she has this sort of like ghostly, almost like ghastly appearance to her, and she has these shadowy skeletal raven wings appear from her back as she casts a crying shroud. Garnet needs to make a charisma saving throw at disadvantage.
Right. Okay, she does not pass.
All right, she is now frightened of me.
Who?
Fair enough.
All right. That's a big rough ammo.
This is my way of intimidating her so that she'll talk.
Yeah. You know, with like that just like deep inner sense of self, like you know that you have hit home. You see her face like lose a bit of color for a second, and then it's almost like she takes like a deep breath, and then at least looks like he hears looks like, because she rolled really high on her deception. She looks like she's not bothered. But you had that like split second where you know it hit. So it did work. I do want to like it did. She's just very good at faking it.
She just let you know. The Raven Queen does not take lightly to those who cheat death. Which I feel is something you're trying to do.
Oh, darling.
Darling. I mock her.
I've been doing that for 4 centuries. At least.
And I'll make sure I deliver you to her personally.
Oh, pretty, pretty little bird.
I slap her across the face.
Roll me a d4.
4.
Okay. She takes 4 damage. Darren, you take 4 psychic damage.
Cut to the trace. What the fuck do you want?
Well,
Because I will tell you right now, I'm not afraid to take both of your lives and make sure I can bring just him back.
That's cute that you think this is actually me. Oh. Although it would be fun to watch you waste your resources like that.
Any suggestions of what we should do with her? And I looked to the group.
Devotion kind of had the bowl, but it kind of kept it behind Sierra, dramatically. He sort of moves it around in front of Sierra. Well, this, for some reason, was quite important.
Precious little bowl right here.
I think we should leave them in the brig and make sure that any sailors who come down here are not allowed, and one of us is posted.
Callie is leaning against the door going, no worries there.
Oh, yes, that sounds like a marvelous idea. Let's do that.
We wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, we weren't talking to you, bitch.
I'll stay watch if we need to go grab a cleric or something.
Oh, we're on a tight frame of time as it is, Zinc. I don't know if we can make a quick stop at the temples in town yet.
Although I do believe we need... Does anybody know anything about binding?
Sierra motions to the rope work she has Darren wrapped up in.
Not physical binding. Although,
Well,
kinky I like.
I
I
I
lie.
can cast hold person, and I also have a number of spells that I can cast to hold him down or tie him up.
To be fair,
No, I mean physical. Like, we don't need her jumping.
Oh, like keeping her tethered just to him?
Oh, I think I heard of that spell, but I don't have it.
to be fair, you know, hold person does not last for very long.
Right.
Oh yes, it must be quite difficult knowing how to keep me in place when you don't even know how I jump around. Besides using my Darren's legs, of course.
Isla
Okay.
will go to Sierra's side and like.
Oh, Sierra
very-
looks fucking terrifying, by the way.
Oh,
Susa kinda just-
absolutely.
Like, her skin's almost translucent. You can see her skeleton.
Yeah, Sutha kind of just like moves towards Darren and is like, I reiterate, you're not invited to our group chat.
I had a follow up on that last thing that they said.
Isla will put her hand on Sierra's shoulder and look to her for permission and say, is it okay if I just touch his shoulder just to see what's going on in there?
I don't
With
think we
insight.
should touch.
I would be extremely careful doing that, Isla. 'Cause It's
No
not
touch.
only his conscious in there.
Don't touch.
I have to agree because again, what did they say? Something about moving without legs or something?
We don't know how she jumps from vessel to vessel.
Yeah, that one.
So let's not give her the opportunity.
And no pastries for you either, punk.
Yeah, and let us tell you, Darren loves pastries.
Yeah. So they would taste real good.
Also, sorry, just a small out of character moment. I do apologize because she is a raging, horrible person.
But you're gonna say whore? And I was like, yes.
Horrible person.
I mean, Darren's a whore too. Sierra's
Darren's
used to
a-
that.
So I do just want to like preemptively let everyone know she's gonna say some mean shit over the course of this. I don't mean any of it. She's just being a dick.
Oh, yeah.
I just
You
want to
know
make
what?
it very clear. Just
Does
FYI.
Does anybody, because like I feel like this thing is gonna keep interrupting, so Sutha is just gonna like, you know what? Let's just make this easy. Does anybody have a no sound zone?
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey.
Zing learned that.
Yes.
Also, Zing.
it only works one way, and it's not the way that we want.
No,
does
I
it
want to
work?
hear exactly what she says.
Dude, okay, I'll recommend, because I see that we can see her through the bars. So I think what we should do is probably get some more wood to cover up all of the bars, and I think perhaps we should just leave them in the box.
I don't think the wood will help, but leaving them in the box for the time being is a good idea. Zinc, I have an idea. He kind of leans down to he has to lean real way down to whisper to Zinc. He's going to ask, do you have the spell Identify?
No, I'm not a nerd. I'm sorry.
Sarah
By
has
the
her hand
way,
up.
when Sutha made that one comment about like we'll just put him in a box, Darren just kind of looks at the inner garnet and just goes. Just
There's a brief which by the way any internal scenes are done within like seconds because they're done at like the speed of thought. But there's a brief internal scene where she turns and like looks at you and like kind of pulls your collar a little bit more. Are they always this aggravating, or is it just because they're trying to save you? Is this something I should just expect?
We have hero complexes.
just a lot of
No habla inglés.
Yeah, says the sassy spy.
Oh, the sass.
Okay.
I'm looking up something
I
real quick.
swear to God, I need to make like a sass scale just for this party. Anyway, advice on a crutch.
Ooh.
You know what, Darren? You get experience, or you get inspiration.
I can bring it to Anya. She might be able to find out what it is.
No.
Anya is on the ship, but if you mention that, Sierra will look to Devotion and say,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's me, not Devotion.
I know, and
Paige says we should not put Anya through more shit.
And
Anya
also,
deserves
Sutha
a
will
break.
Sutha will just say you were eaten by a kraken.
I mean, if
It
Devotion wants to go to Anya with the bowl, sure, but do not bring Anya to
No, yeah, that's what he
Gary.
meant.
That's what he meant.
Trying to figure out what the
That's what he-
bowl.
have her cast identify on the bowl.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
As long as
Sutha-
we keep her away from Garnet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not bringing her anywhere near this bitch.
Yeah, no. So Sutha's gonna like huddle the group, even though she knows like person can hear. But she's gonna be like, look, if we are gonna devise a plan on how to do this, I feel like we need to do it out of earshot. Someone stay behind to keep guard. We'll devise a plan.
Oh, I'm
That way.
sure she's terrified of me. She won't leave as long as I'm in her proximity.
I also do have a spell for that. It's called Zone of Secrets. And that's actually Devotion's partner's spell.
Oh yes, prevent me from eavesdropping. That
I
is-
slap her again.
All right, roll me a
My
d4.
God, you are annoying.
1.
All right, Darren, you take another one.
Someone's poking his brain. Ow.
Sierra
Sierra
she's
has
going-
no idea that she's doing damage to him.
Yeah, Sierra, she's going to lock eyes with you. You now notice that there's maybe like a little faster than you would have expected. There's like a little split in the corner of her lip, and she kind of looks up at you, and kind of just gives you a once over that shouldn't feel as creepy as it does, but it does, because like it should just be like, oh yeah, boyfriend, yeah, but no, it's creepy. And she goes, oh, did you even put your back into that one? Come on.
Okay, no. And Sutha kind of just like hold me back.
I forgot that while I'm under necrotic shroud, I do necrotic damage as well. So I go to smack one more time, and that'll be an additional 16 necrotic damage.
Sutha stops it.
Okay, Sutha takes the 16 necrotic damage then.
Sutha will take that 16 necrotic damage, but Sutha will stop it regardless. Ow. Stab it. You need to stop.
I don't need to do anything.
I wasn't talking to you.
Hold that thought. Can we just like huddle over here and I can talk
Yes.
to
We huddle away from the crazy lady.
We need to go away.
Zone of Secrets.
Yeah, okay. So, do you cast it?
Yep. And
Okay.
if someone could just step like close to there to see if it's working.
I'll check.
Okay, while you're checking, Sutha goes over to Sierra, kind of does the like hands on the shoulder, looks you in the eye kind of thing. I understand. I get it. But you need to. I understand it's frustrating. I understand it's frustrating as all hell. You have no idea how much I want to smack this bitch as well. But that is Darren's body. Any harm you do to her, you're doing to him.
Because it
So-
only lasts for a minute. At that moment, the necrotic shroud fades, and Sierra goes back to her normal form. And that means Garnet's no longer frightened of her.
That was to
I'm
Sierra,
gone.
by the way.
And Sierra just goes, I'm gone for 1 week, and he gets fucking possessed.
And we will fix it. We always fix it. Have a little faith.
Yeah.
In me.
Internally, since she's being like probably like trying to listen or whatever, you just hear it just in the head is just, you really need to invest in some hand warmers, some gloves. Fantastic things with mittens these days.
She whirls around in the headspace and gets like right up close to you, and you can almost feel yourself being lifted off the ground even though you're stationary. What would it take for any of you to truly have a fear for your life?
Tic Tacs, something.
Would you like a breath mint?
Dinner mint. Do you have peppermint bark by chance?
Werther's Originals.
Does Drax hear us talking outside of the zone?
Drax does not.
Okay, so Zink is gonna signal Drax to come back inside.
And all Drax is gonna do is and turn to Garnet.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We can hear you. Oh wait, he can't hear me say that.
Just poke your head out. We can hear you.
Zink is just gonna watch and see what happened.
So, you're the bitch.
Well, that depends on your definition. I'm certainly something, although I'm not actually a dog.
I don't know. Like, have you heard your voice? All I'm hearing is bark, 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 bark.
So funny.
Say it. Please finish
Coming
it. Please.
from the tiny, pathetic dog on the playground who tries so hard to be important.
Swear to God, if you don't make
Think
a
a little
dog,
bit of yourself here. Is that what it is? No one likes a mirror or projecting.
make a bark and no play joke. You better make a bark
Maybe
and
you
no
should
play
do a
joke.
few more push-ups.
So that he can't.
You see, like I said, like it's just that. I would have thought you've had a little bit more. Oh, do you have teeth in that mouth, or is it just gums that are just lacking any sort of bite?
Soother just looks to Zinc. I will take it.
That was rude. I've never heard him talk like that.
Sierra has 1,000-yard stare at this point. She's dissociating.
Hey, hold on. We have to use this time to talk without them hearing.
That's right, little puppy. Keep barking.
Woof, bitch.
Suga just puts her head outside of the
Wait. When she says keep barking, Isla just turns to her and just goes.
You like poke your head out and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and from inside the barrier, I imagine that you can see where the barrier like ends from inside of it, but like outside of it, it just
it looks normal.
Yeah, it just looks normal.
Soother also pokes her head up. For the record, I'm not a dog. I'm a bat.
Okay.
Sierra is still just dissociating.
Sierra has this terrible thing she's discovered, and we are gonna handle that. I promise you. Like, we're not abandoning each other anymore. This is everybody. We need to help Darren. We need to help each other, but we have an opportunity to learn stuff about Garnet. Once we separate them, maybe we can contain whatever it is that is that inside Darren. Or
Well, if she's been living for this long,
4 centuries,
she'd have probably a backup plan or two.
She's
I
cheated
say-
death for this long.
I say one or two of us keep watch on her throughout this. Not Sierra. Sorry, love. Not you.
It's understandable.
and we will keep watch. I think maybe just let her run her mouth. Maybe she'll slip up and say something.
I can take care of that. I'm very persuasive.
Okay, maybe not Isla either.
Yeah, that sounded a little dark.
Yeah.
This sound is annoying.
We know that you're sweet and nice most of the time, but you have a dark side that's terrifying.
It's a little wolfy.
It's
What?
like still waters run deep.
What?
Like sun and moon.
What?
If we get out to sea, she won't have far to go if she tries to jump on someone else.
Yeah, like you know how seaweed is like pretty and it like shimmers, but then if it gets caught around your ankle, it drowns you in it. I don't know. I've had too many pastries.
Is Jack still outside the barrier just watching like this?
I don't know. Did you go back in and actually engage in the talk?
Zink is like,
no.
Pretty sure Devotion joins Sierra in staring up into space. It's like.
Sierra at this point has kind of leaned onto Callie for support.
Callie's
Callie's
just
in there with
standing
them.
in the door frame, watching this, very confused.
Actually, have we left yet? Are we still in port?
We're still in.
And we're still in port. It takes quite a bit of effort to leave it.
Besides, we need to get Anya off the ship before we leave.
Yes, and we also have to take care of Devotion's family.
That's what I said, Zink.
Yes, sorry. God, sugar headache.
You seem very familiar.
Me?
You met his cousin.
Oh yeah.
The one that decided to follow you. That's his cousin.
Oh.
Wait, you know my cousin? Which one? I have 736. There's Mirabelle and...
No, he ain't got this time.
We don't talk about the family tree. No.
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
It's the grandkid roundup.
Grandkid roundup.
And by the time we're done, there'll be another year.
Anyway.
So good. Maybe we can get a scroll, or we can talk. We need to talk to someone who knows how to fix this.
I'm going to have, before I get Anya off the ship and we get the kids and her situated, I'm going to ask her to see if she can identify this bowl. And if it's important to this process, then we can use it.
Yeah, but definitely don't bring her down here.
Sierra at this point has pulled out the golden ring gifted to her by Lathander, and she's debating whether to call her boon now. Or wait till later.
And I would not recommend.
Honestly, that would be a good favor to call in.
I feel like we're gonna have bigger problems ahead. So
I don't know.
But that sounds...
I don't know if Lathander has regained much of his strength yet, though.
If we can't figure it out on our own, it's a good backup plan.
For the time being, let's try and figure it out on our own for the time being.
Yeah.
We'll use this as a last resort.
Yes.
If we can't find a temple in Pendalin or a cleric that can restore him, I'm calling in a favor.
Are you sure that we want to sail across the seas with this happening at the same time?
It's better
this is
that
very important.
It's better that we're out at sea and away from population.
That way
Because
she
like
can't
we
go.
said, we don't know how she can bounce around from vessel to vessel.
Or if
At
she
least
can call
on this ship, there's only a few bodies she can choose from.
If that is how she is able to jump.
If that is how, yes.
Oh no.
She can't call in her cultists to attack us while still at port. We'll have the advantage at sea with Callie at the helm.
How will we... Fuck. How will we know if one of us is possessed?
We won't, which is why we need two gods at all times.
I have a way of finding out. Like I said, when I tried to telepathically link with Darren, I heard two voices.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Wait.
All right. So after every switch, Sierra will check. After every switch, but Sierra, you will not be guarding.
Understood.
Right.
So who's guarding first? I feel like the two people who are guarding first get to your posts right now, and then the other ones devise a plan, use telepathy later, and we can figure it out from there.
I need to take care of Anya and the kids, but I'll take second watch.
Unless anyone needs my teleportation skills, I
I'll
will
take
walk.
first watch.
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
first.
I have to help Callie with leaving port, so I'll be on deck, and Sierra leaves.
Sutha grabs you by the hand nonchalantly, not hard.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure this out. We'll get it done.
Sierra's trying so hard right now not to shut off her emotions again. She'll give Sutha's hand a squeeze back before looking to Callie and then heading out of the brig and back up on deck.
Callie?
Oh wait,
None
hold
of you. Callie?
Okay.
I don't mean to give orders, so I'm not saying this as an order. I'm saying this as a request that you should probably take.
Spit it out.
Consideration. Huh?
Spit it out.
None of your people down here.
All right.
Great, good talk.
Sierra,
What, Zinc?
I'm sorry that we let this happen on our watch, but I promise we'll make it right.
She'll just give Zinc a nod before heading up.
All right, Isla, let's do this.
You drop the zone of secrets. I know you could still hear Drax, but like when you drop it, like comes more to focus, and you know that's why I've just never really appreciated venison. I've never really appreciated it as a meat, and overall, I don't know. I've just it's a little too gamey for me.
It's boring.
Or her to death. Yes, that's a good plan.
Yes, we're wrong fucking accent, wrong character. Yes, we're all annoying.
So it will seem.
It's the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Exactly.
What's your favorite meat?
Drax, you can go. We've got this.
Oh no, we're having such a lovely talk thing. It's fine.
So Sutha kind of like pushes you a little bit, and while they're walking out, I actually really prefer buffalo. Have you ever tried it?
Actually, I haven't. It doesn't come up in the mountains often. Not gonna lie, it's more in the plains.
Yeah, we actually caught a herd at one time. It was actually really, really good. If you actually smoke it just right, and then they just go.
Sierra is already
He
up
actually
on.
thinks you're interested in this conversation.
Sierra's already up on deck, and she's just fallen back into her old routine of how she used to work on the ship.
Good shit.
Need to find Anya, and I need to not ask him for help. Even though he's currently an expert on this bullshit, I'm not asking the man in my right hand for help. That is also on the back burner of ideas. I'm gonna go find Anya and see if she can't safely identify Double.
It's a bowl.
Full of it.
All right.
Makes things cool.
So, sorry, I'm just making some quick notes. Lord Garnet, in Darren's body, just sort of watches you all file out, and just still has that really just gross, smug smirk on their face. It does not go away. It's still just there. Even after like, you know, you close like the door of the brig behind you kind of thing. Just uncomfortable. Sierra, you settle into the patterns of the ship. Honestly, it probably feels kind of good to just do something that takes like enough physical effort that you have to concentrate so that your brain doesn't like go a million miles an hour. It's like, I have to focus on this. I have to do this and this and this and this. You have like set concrete tasks that you're helping with, which honestly might be kind of helpful considering that your brain doesn't then just like spiral into catastrophe.
It's keeping her from shutting down.
Exactly. It's sort of like it's keeping you engaged and in the moment and letting your brain work through stuff while your hands are busy. The rest of you, I know Zinc and Isla are taking the first shift. Is that right? She doesn't seem to engage in any further conversation. It looks like she's just sort of, honestly, it looks like she's just sort of doing nothing. Like she's either like just going over stuff in her head or she's just pretending that she's not bored out of her fucking skull. You're not sure.
I was just standing there and staring.
And
like the whole way. The whole time, just staring.
Enjoy a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact.
Eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
Exactly.
Yep, that's it.
Sutha and Drax, honestly, you might be utilized by the crew to help do some additional heavy lifting, like getting some ropes and sails and other stuff, like move some barrels, provisions, other stuff that like it's a good thing to have you on board to help like scoot those around. And again, the physical exertion kind of helps. Darren, you're doing God only knows what to preserve your sense of self in your mindscape. You're doing your best. You are doing your fucking best is what you're doing. And honestly, you're succeeding and she hates it.
Is she still doing that random memory probe thing between her memories and mine?
She seems to have sort of stepped back from that to like pull everything. And now it's more like you can almost feel her making like mental notes about everybody, about specifically your party. So she's like jotting, it's almost like she's making notes and like tucking them away for later. You can't access any of what she's doing, but you just have like this knowing because it's happening in your mindscape. So you have like an idea, but you just can't do anything about it. You know, you're watching her take notes across the classroom. But you know that she's actively doing something. But she also hasn't released her now that you're not being interrogated, she has like released her grip on you, but you can feel like that hand just kind of around.
Can I try and flip that mind probe back towards her a bit?
Maybe. Roll me. Skills are weird in the mind space. I'm gonna say roll me investigation.
Okay.
That's the closest approximation I can come with because like it's not quite perception because you're trying to delve a little deeper under the surface.
14.
Okay. You're getting the sense that she is indeed taking active notes. She's learning. She's learning what you guys are like. She's learning how you guys respond to overwhelming crisis. You have no idea if that's going to go anywhere, when/if she's ever gone again. You don't know if it's just a way for her to pass the time. You just know that she is actively like marking down like, oh, Isla and Drax interact like this. Zinc and Isla interact like this. Devotion does this. Sierra, there's a big ass list on Sierra. Like you just get that feeling. Like you just got an idea that like she's actively trying to figure all of you out. You don't know why, you don't know for what purpose, probably because she's evil, but like, you know, that's a broad statement. but you're not able to access any of what she's going on. However, you do know that she's kind of engaged in that, because it's, besides just, you know, coming back here and slapping you around, it's really her only form of entertainment at the moment, is like people watching your people and psychoanalyzing the fuck out of them for later. What are you saying? I'm sorry.
I think he's just going to keep trying to probe at that to see if, like, the way she's been probing his memories, he can kind of reverse that.
Okay.
Just as we're going forward.
Yeah, we'll do another
but
step.
also
We'll do another check on that later.
He's going to continue, even though it's gonna be less than fun, he's going to continue to irritate her to distract and get her to stop taking notes.
Stop paying attention to them. Stop learning things.
Stop making Google eyes on my girlfriend.
Stop being creepy at my girlfriend.
Which is probably going to be less than fun. But he's used to that.
Baby. Okay. Do you have anything in particular that you want to like dig at her before I switch one more time?
I think he's just like muttering in reverse, like if she's just like, and so does this, and he's like, and the dog jumps over the moon, like he's just like, I'm like throwing random like insignificant facts.
The quick lazy fox jumped over the sleeping
And if that
dog.
doesn't work, he's just going to like hum the most annoying song he can think of. This is the song that never ends on repeat.
You heard that from a bard once, like a century ago, and it has never left your mind, and you just whip it out when you need to be annoying. I swear, that's what it is.
He's very good at aggravating people, and he's going to use that to his advantage.
Also, sorry, small thing that I just realized, because the twins are helping the twins are helping to relocate Anya. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about this earlier. Small retcon, the twins are helping to relocate Anya, but they went immediately to Anya to get a good feel for her, and we're not a part of this discussion. I'm just gonna small retcon.
No idea what's happening.
Yeah, they like dropped down and like knew their job and immediately went over to Anya and like didn't even notice what was up with Sierra, especially because Sierra wears all black now.
Yeah, they didn't notice the red smattering that was like her neck down.
Yeah, no, they were so focused on like, we have to do this job, we have to save this woman and her children that they just whoosh.
Let's be honest, they were bickering amongst themselves and weren't paying a fucking attention.
While she's dragging his ass downstairs.
Exactly. I'm not going to retcon them into the whole discussion, because this is more of a this group discussion as opposed to like with the twins. But they are here because they are helping Anya and the kids. So sorry, I just remembered that. My bad.
Right.
So yeah, they're with Anya. So yeah. Anyway. So Darren, real quick, just roll me, I think, a persuasion check just to irritate.
Roll for irritation.
Roll for irritation, which in this case is also persuasion.
I would have laughed if the insult was what fucking Isla said. Your mother would be disappointed in you. You're disappointed.
Am I annoying enough to get advantage? Maybe.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, you fucking are.
I need it.
Did you have inspiration, my dude?
It's way better. No, I don't.
I gave you inspiration when you said no habla inglés.
I did not hear that at all.
I'm so sorry. Okay, you have inspiration separate from this. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
You have inspiration. Mark it down.
That's way better, because the first roll was a 2.
Oh, God.
But this one is 18.
Okay. Small little thing. You say the little. God, sorry. What was it you said?
Oh, he's just like if she just it's like, yes, and she prefers blue shoes. And if you look very closely, there's a small mole 2 inches under the eye. Like, he's just like pestering.
And I think I've noticed a single gray hair on your temple, actually. How did you do that in here?
I mean, I can help with the unit. No, okay.
I'm fine. Yeah, no, I think at that probably she rounds on you and like stalks closer. She doesn't like grab you by the collar, but she like does that looming thing and is just, why is it that your entire party seems to follow your strange idea of how to comport themselves around their betters, their royalty? What makes you think that you commoners can do such a thing? I don't understand.
I'm an influencer.
We're gonna die.
I'm gonna be murdered. I'm going to be murdered.
Sierra knows Revivify. You're fine.
She lifts her hand and it's got like these like almost obsidian looking claws on it for just a second, and then they like kind of ease back in, and she grabs you under the chin and like lifts your head up at that like really extreme angle. Sierra's rolling. And she says, I suppose it's a small mercy for you that they found out so quickly. I mean, what would you have done had I managed to actually make it so that your hands also murdered all of them, just like all of the other people you've done? I just isn't that right? Your hands are stained such a deep, uncleansable, irreversible red. I can't imagine how you're ever going to wash that stink off before you pass away. Long before your lover, of course, but regardless. Such a sad life I've seen.
For such an old biddy, you seem very concerned with the minor amount of blood on my hands compared to someone as old and decrepit as yourself.
She legit like leans back a little bit and flicks her hair, but when she does that, you feel like it's almost like her words have like a razor's edge to them, and you feel it cut your cheek. So take another 3 damage. Take another 3 psychic damage.
Remind y'all, I did not heal Darren back to max health.
There's two different
psychic damage is
there's 2 different health I'm scoring
Okay.
at the moment.
Psychic damage is odd. So yeah, so she does that. You okay?
Wrong pipe.
Gotcha. And she simply says, a queen must be prepared to end the lives of thousands to save tens of thousands. A simple civilian, one who is entrusted with such a duty, must bear the burden of that. Sad but true. Fucking Hannah's just in the corner of my vision, mocking her relentlessly. Anyway,
I think he just leans towards her and has like that dripping venom as he goes, and yet you can't be bothered to get off your high horse and actually deal with your problems yourself.
I think, yeah, that hits home maybe a little harder than you even realize, and you probably don't realize it because her face goes this strange shade of like utterly blank, like utterly neutral, not even like any smug gloating, no nothing. It's just very like all of a sudden it's like there's nothing there, and then without any fucking warning, like you don't even see it. It's so fucking fast. You just bah, And she just backhands you like, bah. And you actually this time take an additional 6 psychic damage. Just, and she's just looking at you, and her face is again that still like utterly blank, very creepy thing. And she just kind of tilts her head a little to the side and says, "It'll be so interesting when you break." So we cut over to Devotion. Just like, oh, that's unfortunate. That's unpleasant. So Devotion, I know real quick you wanted to have Anya check out the bowl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The twins are here, but they have like, while you guys were discussing other things, they've apparently talked to her and have passed the fuck out. They are asleep. They'll learn about all of this later. Not right now. They're asleep. They passed the fuck out. They feel safe enough here that they can just sleep. Mostly because you guys, and as far as they're aware, Darren's here, which means that everything is fine. Exactly. Like that's kind of the they're gonna be.
I'm not about to correct that assumption. They can.
It's like that Steve Carell gif from Office where he's like,
yeah. They'll be kicking themselves in the morning, but for now,
For now, they need their sleeps. They've been
for now. That's their assumption.
They've been on and off the last like 2 days.
So yeah. So Anya looks up when you enter. She was humming something and mending like a little tear in her cloak. But she looks up when you arrive and says, "Oh, hello, dear. Is everything all right?"
No, but things for the plan for you and the kids are still going to go just as smoothly as we intend. We do have another problem. He'll set the bowl down like on the table beside her. I found this I know. He kind of like holds his hands out for her. I know. I found it in her room. And whatever was in it isn't in it anymore. I used my magic sight and I could see necrotic magic, but I don't know what it is.
I could never hear what was happening, but she used to talk. I think with it sounded like an actual conversation, but I can only hear one side. It used to have a black liquid in it. I thought it was just dark water.
There was nothing in it when I found it. Though that does give me a few theories. Our friend, Darren, stayed behind at the tent when we chased after Severance. He lingered behind, likely to grab anything he could, and I think something must have happened because the person who she was talking to on the other end is currently inhabiting his body. And we're not entirely sure how to break that kind of possession. I don't know if this bowl, if this is part of that process, is important, but I brought it back just to make sure. I brought it back to make sure. I didn't know that beforehand. I brought it back because it might be important, but I didn't know what it was.
She sort of beckons you closer and pats the bed next to her, and when you come and sit, she sets the bowl on the other side of her, and like kind of pulls so that like your head is on her lap, essentially, and it's just like pet.
Happy tiefling noises.
Just purrs. I will see what I can do. I can't promise anything. But I will see. I'm so sorry.
We'll find a way to fix it. We always do. But I
if
understand.
anyone can, I believe it's you and your friends.
Oh, I ask that you try.
So I think what she's going to do is she's going to take a couple of deep breaths, and she's going to have like a hand on your shoulder, almost like she's kind of drawing strength from you. And she's going to take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then you're going to hear her whisper the incantation for, I believe, identify. And she's going to cast that and like wave her hand over the bowl. And when she does, you don't see anything really different in the room. You see like the reflection of the sort of reddish tinge to her magic. It almost looks, it's not always like wreathed in flame, but it kind of has like flame colors to it all the time. But she does that. She kind of waves it over, and kind of breathes in. You can hear her like muttering magic bullshit under her breath. You don't really know what all of it is because it's almost like she's going over and over different points and like checking them against what she knows like for the course of the spell. And eventually she sort of like she pulls her hand back. Okay, that is it is and it is not a bowl for of scrying. Again, it is and it is not. It will perform the same basic function that it is supposed to. It will allow you to communicate with somebody else who has a similar bowl a few up to 2 times a day for the course of a single minute on each side. But it is not because of the necrotic tinge to it. It's almost like it's almost as though it itself possessed a fragment of additional magical energy that lived within the bowl. I don't know what that is. I've never encountered it, but
could it be a fragment of a particularly powerful magic user?
Possibly, but to actually break away a piece of even a small fragment of yourself to think for you in this way would denote an incredible amount of power at its core.
That, I think we've checked that box as a possibility. How would someone use something like that towards a possession? I
don't know. I've not encountered that ever. From what I understand, a scrying bowl is simple. You put water in it or some other liquid that can be still and can be reflective. Water is easiest usually. And you would cast a scrying spell and you would be able to communicate or to use an arcane eye or sensor to experience what you need. This is a different level of that. It's almost as though the additional energy would suffuse the water and make it so that you were always communicating with the person with no other option. I don't know how it would possess someone, but if it's a fragment of a person, it could have a small amount of free will. I don't know. Maybe a high-powered, a very high-powered cleric could do some kind of purification.
We're looking into that option. Would one be able to? Would the bowl be important in that process? It would have to have somewhere to go.
I don't know. And I similarly don't know if putting this bowl with water in it in front of someone would remove it. I don't know, or make it worse. I don't know. I've never encountered anything like this.
I'm going to have to run some tests, but I'll have to run them by the others first. But this is a good first step. We know what she was using. We know what they were using it for. It was communication. She had a direct line to Separates. Which means she was being involved in some grand plan of hers. And more than likely, something happened. And it did not end well for Darren. But I'll hold on to it and see if it can't be useful.
Just be careful.
Of course.
I think she gives you a hug and probably just like sort of leans against you for extra strength. And I think that's where we then use that to jump off to our last shot. So last shot does like a little bit of focus on everybody. Like we see Devotion and Anya just having a nice hug. We probably see Sierra just pushing herself.
She's cooped up in the crow's nest right now, fetal, like just hugging her knees.
Just oh god, so many. We probably see Drax and Sutha still helping to move some stuff down on the lower level, just trying to keep themselves busy. Everyone looks very solemn. We see Zinc and Isla in the cell, taking stock of everything, not letting Garnet out of their sight, and trying to just sort of keep their cool. We see Darren sort of just looking like he is focusing on something very intensely. We don't know what, but just very intensely in his headscape. And at last, we finally see this zoomed in thing of Garnet, who looks a lot more solidified than she had at the beginning of the episode, who looks like directly at the camera. And it seems to almost take like a deep breath that we kind of see reflected in Darren's body. And just those unusual, like those weirdly gorgeous, like shattered amethyst and black eyes, just like lock eyes with the camera, and we just see that little smirk, and then the camera goes dark. Yeah, I know, she's shitty. She's awful. I'm sorry.
Kitsune, please bring Alexander for next session. We need a therapist.
Okay.
Hold on, tell me about your mother.
I feel Alexander would be the only one immune to Garnet's bullshit.
Just sort of like, those sure are some words you're saying. Anyway, back to what I was doing.
How was your relationship with your sister?
The rogue fighter monk is now the therapist. This could be interesting. It could be.
I just thought of a good one to tuck in the pocket to throw at her later. Because we also know that about the Civil War, and we learned from the manor some things. Yes. Excellent session.
Thank you, everyone who joined us. We're gonna go ahead and head out because we have a lot of people who need to head to beds and stuff. So we'll see you next week for episode 77. We should be heading out onto the high seas and dealing with Darren's possession. So that'll be fun. Stay safe, have a good weekend, sleep well, and is it Friday yet? We'll see you all next week. Mwah. Bye.